Alright, welcome to the Warriors of Aesir stream. We are here live bringing you coverage of the Aesir 5v5. It's been a while, it's been about a month. We're holding these once a month right now, but we've got a great turnout this time. I believe we've got about 10 teams in the tournament this time around, so we'll have plenty of League of Legends action for you guys today. With that said, we are planning on hopping into one of these round one matches here between Torn from Gods and Team Redacted. So Team Redacted, actually a team we've gotten a chance to see some of these guys play previously, so some of you guys who have watched the stream before might be familiar with some of these players, but of course a couple of new guys on the team as well. So with that in mind, Eo, do you have any thoughts heading into this match? Thoughts, expectations, comments, patch notes, memes, anything?
I'm expecting an Evelyn ban here.
Are you really?
I'm more hoping for it. But no thoughts and expectations aside from the usual, you know, hoping for something unique in the mid lane, hoping for some kind of weird top laner that is rarely played, but going to be fun to watch.
Absolutely. Well, we are into Champion Selects, so we're getting to see how these teams plan to strategize as they approach their entry onto the Rift. Blitzcrank, the first ban. Honestly, from a straight-up neutral perspective, I feel like Blitzcrank is a good ban because a good Blitzcrank can nullify so many champions. Supports and ADCs, if they don't have any kind of escape or they're not tanky, it can be so problematic. So, honestly, I rather like that choice. Scion and Singed and Teemo taking away two of those toxic bans to begin with, and there's the Xayah. Eo, feel free to chime in. Any thoughts on these bans so far? It mostly just seem like tilter bans. I feel like I'd call them just champions that in general can bother people.
Xayah definitely so. I think Xayah is strong right now, and she's definitely annoying to have to deal with. Some people just don't like to face the Xayah-Rakan duo, or just want to break it up, or just want to not have to deal with a champion who can immediately escape every kind of CC or any kind of catch-out ability or any assassin's kit in order to just get out and run away. But there's the Rakan regardless. They don't care about the duo being taken away. Malphite is an interesting ban. I imagine that's either A, a more specific ban, or B, just something that someone did not want to deal with up in top lane. Maybe perhaps a Tryndamere or something.
Well, we'll wait and see. Thresh being hovered and locked in as a response against the Rakan. Thresh always a fun champion to watch. Those hooks able to make those plays from the support role. We'll have our eye on that Thresh there as Darius locked in. Instantly Swain is the response. So I do like, personally, I like the Rakan pick. It's something we've seen a lot. 100% pick ban in pro play at MSI thus far. And just the ability to make plays on Rakan and set somebody up, especially post-6, when you get that charm. You can just charm up 3, 4, even 5 people with that champion. Really capable of turning the tide in a team fight. So a strong pick there. I like it. We'll see what they pair with Swain. It's going to be Dr. Mundo, I would assume, in the top lane. I don't know. Any chance of a jungle Mundo, you think, Eo?
Certainly possible, but I'd like to see a Dr. Mundo up top lane. I think we saw it earlier. I think there was something that happened in the house brawl, but it's something that is fun to watch. It's unique. It's rarely played, and it's something I personally enjoyed when I played it up in top lane about, like, I think season 3 or 4. It's unexpected damage that you don't really think is going to happen. Oh, you think you're running into a full tank Mundo? Well, congratulations. You just got smacked in the face for about 80 damage with just one auto. And then just, it hurts like hell.
Not to mention Mundo receiving some buffs recently as well. His ultimate at max rank now restores 100% of his health over the course of that. So certainly pretty strong to deal with. But I do like the Yasuo pickup. Yasuo, not only a champion that all the one-trick Yasuos like to pick up, but now something that pros are playing consistently in the meta right now. At first, it was against the Taliyah to stop the Taliyah wall with the Wind Wall. Now Yasuo being even blind pick into some matchups. So really with Conqueror, with the way Yasuo is in the meta right now, a lot of people feeling he's very strong. But they do take away the Kai'Sa, another really strong ADC, and Ezreal, same deal. Both played or banned in almost every game in pro play recently that we've seen in this meta. And Katarina taken away, as well as Varus. So a lot of ADC bans. I don't know, with all those ADCs off the board, who do you think you go towards now, Eo?
If my alarms would stop going off, I like Tristana still. Got that nice long range, or Caitlyn.
Both strong picks. We have seen both those champions in pro play right now. Caitlyn often picked to be able to just push down that turret fast. But no, it's going to be the Sivir. We saw this from Reckless recently. Sivir, of course, they always say you hit that 500 CS late game win condition with Sivir. But Sivir also pushes lanes so fast. Oftentimes, you can get through laning phase if you can just push the lane hard and make sure that you're not going to lose that tower. So I like that pick as a bit of a Sivir player myself. Certainly can be very strong. Sivir Rakan, though, that is a big engage tool. The ability to pop the Sivir ultimate and Rakan's quickness, he'll be moving crazy fast. However, the Draven is the response. I like that, though. Draven Thresh, that could be scary.
It is very scary. It's a high damage champion with some nice lockdown. I'd prefer a better gearing support with a lot more burst, like a Brand or a Zyra, but the Thresh is not that bad either, because he kind of CCs in a way that gets them closer to Draven and then knocks them away again. So I still like a burstier kind of champ for Draven, but oh well. And then, you know, Sivir, a good choice against Thresh to be able to block those hooks. Probably the more ideal thing that they're looking for instead of specifically range. And it is going to be a Dr. Mundo jungle, pulling a last-second swapperoo in order to juke the opponent.
Very interesting.
Although I didn't really think it would be I didn't think it would be an Urgot jungle either.
True. I've not seen an Urgot jungle. I don't think I've seen that ever with the new Urgot, though. I imagine somebody's tried it. But
I've seen it.
Oh, you have? Was it successful?
So Draven or Darius is going to be the one up above, facing off against that Urgot. He's going to have a lot of problems with the Urgot harass. I don't think he can actually square up to Urgot in terms of out damaging him. The shield should be enough to negate the Q that Darius will be trying to pull out, and Darius should not be able to heal up enough in order to out damage the Urgot. I think this is going to be a somewhat one-sided lane. And then you've got Swade versus Yasuo. I don't know, that one's tricky. I don't know if his electrocute is a projectile or not, if that would be stopped by a wind wall. I don't think it would be. I imagine it would be kind of like a Mordekaiser cone, but
I believe Windwall does stop the force lightning, as they call it. Not 100% sure, but I believe that is how it works.
Well, regardless, I do believe that Swain will have the edge against the Yasuo. He's got so much. He's got so much in his kit that allows him to deal with Yasuo at a range before Yasuo can get in. And if Yasuo just tries to get in, it's... I don't know. I guess I can see it going Yasuo's way. I don't think it's one-sided, but I think Swain will come out on top because Swain is so aggressive.
Well, should be a fun one to watch. Anytime you see a Yasuo locked in there in the mid lane, there's the possibility that he gets unlocked, gets towards that scaling potential, and can just be so fearsome, both as a split pusher and sometimes with a key last breath landed in a team fight. In particular, I noticed their entire team with the Yasuo, with the Draven, with the Warwick, with the Darius. That's so much damage packed in right there. However, no AP threat unless we're going to see the full AP Thresh. And I'm going to throw out a wild guess that that's not how he's going to build. But definitely lacking on the magic damage side of things. Seems like Mundo probably and Urgot potentially as well should be able to itemize pretty heavily towards that armor, I would imagine.
I doubt Urgot will for early on, but I think that they have a decent chance. Like, they have a... I think that as... Of course, how every single time we see a full AD comp here, if they can get ahead, they've got a high damage late game Yasuo, high damage late game Draven, high CC Warwick, and Darius, if he gets fed early on, will just be a problem. I think there's some real hope as long as they are able to get ahead early. But it's not easy to say.
Well, we'll have to wait and see as we load into the Rift right now. We do get a chance to see some of those runes and summoners picked up here. We're throwing Thresh on that OP going for the Exhaust, whereas Thanatos on the Rakan going with the Ignite. Of course, does have that Summoner Spellbook, so he'll be able to swap that in and out later on.
So, Torn from Gods versus Team Redacted. One of the first matchups for round one. One of the only matchups, actually, specifically to... considering the fact that there are 10 teams signed up, there had to be 2 teams that are going to be waiting for their opponents here.
Believe
but
so. Few teams have buys.
But I will try to provide information on the other matchups as they become updated. So I'll keep you all in the loop.
Appreciate that, Eohdorr. We'll be obviously not able to cast every single game of the tournament, but we can at least give you guys updates as we go through.
Yeah, they're in LCS order. It is immensely helpful. But we could see maybe a cheeky invade here. I think that was spotted out.
Believe so. We could have some action here. Stop suspending me is caught here. The Mundo Cleaver is hit. He's very slow, and Ace Kimchi is on the chase right now. May force some summoners at the very least. There's another Cleaver, and he's just going to give up his life. Knows there's no escape there. First blood to Ace Kimchi. Now we have more. I'm the OP's flash forced away. Ignite down onto him, and he is gone. For counter with another kill for Team Redacted. Flashing away is Pee-wee right now. Those Cleavers are going to keep landing. He's going to keep getting slowed, and now no flash available means he should go down. Who will get the kill? Another onto the Sivir. 3 kills to 0 now for Team Redacted. A great start for them on that cheeky 5-man invade.
A little odd that Sivir's not backing in order to go spend that gold. She's got 778. That's a longsword and boots. But, I don't know. Maybe just wanted to secure the leash for Mundo. But regardless, a lot of punishing happening there. 1,400, not 1,400, 1.4 thousand gold lead. I cannot.
1,400 is also correct, to be fair. Stick up for my fellow caster there. 1,400 is accurate. But you're right, did not back, has those 2 kills and 1 assist there for Ace Kimchi, but no recalls coming in, no early expert item starts. Looks like actually Boy You Play Fire did pick up a control ward. So making sure to get his vision secured there for the team, valuing that. Always nice to see.
Wards are so misunderappreciated.
Ooh, root onto Carbon Galaxy. A bit of early damage there from the Swain, as Eohdorr mentioned, getting the better of that matchup. And right now we see Pee-wee Getting some trading back with the bleed, but overall, Boy Who Play Fire getting the better of that matchup early on there in the top lane. Well, with that Comet, Urgot very impressive. More damage on the Carbon Galaxy. Will he look for the kill here for Hydra? No, not just yet. Pee-wee as well, very low. Always got to be careful that Urgot does have the shield available. Oh, here we go. Looking for the gank top, but forced to flash away is Boy Who Play Fire. There goes. They do secure the kill onto Pee-wee in the end, but now we have a 2v1 here in the mid lane. Hydra goes down, but does get the kill with the Vision of Empire onto Carbon Galaxy 1 there in the end. A 1-for-1 trade, but still 5-1 in kills now for the side of Team Redacted. Big advantage early on. They do get a kill onto Valera's Warwick, though. Ooh, Thresh Hook from On.OP does not connect. Very close. Ace Kimchi perhaps with the spell shield ready. Ooh, Grand Entrance will not connect. Spending me able to just back away. As meanwhile, Valera is just sneaking this Drake very early on. No vision on him as long as he can do it. Keep himself healthy enough. Should be able to pick that up for the side of Torn from Gods. And there it is, the early pre-4 minutes Ocean Drake for Torn from Gods. Very helpful for laning phase and helping out with that sustain. I'll certainly be happy to pick that up.
Another game where I'm happy because it's early dragon control.
Well, right now, Pee-wee very low. Here comes the engage. Stop Suspending Me is on the hunt with the Draven autos. They're hitting. Looking for more, but won't find anything. Good discipline from the bot lane of Team Redacted. And now Stop Suspending Me. He could be in trouble. Ignite is there. He's ticking. Heal comes out. Meanwhile, Cole is one-running Valera there in the bot lane. But Thanatos right by his side to shield him. Two very low health bars. Now Ace Kimchi could be in trouble. Diving is Valera. There is the boomerang. And going down, a third kill onto Ace Kimchi, who's now chasing I'm.OP, who could be in trouble. Stop Suspending Me already backed. No flash yet on the Thresh. If he has the Q, Great Entrance doesn't connect. There is the hook. Heal comes out, and it is Thanatos who gets the kill. One more tower shot, though. And it is an execute for Cole, though. So no gold going over to I'm.OP and his valiant 1v3 effort. Meanwhile, Carbon Galaxy getting taken fairly low there in the mid lane.
I'm shocked he got executed there, but man, this is starting to look pretty one-sided here. They're gonna have to pick up their game. Warwick's got to be a lot more proactive in order to try to get these lanes ahead, because Darius is taking a lot of punishment from Urgot, and Yasuo in the exact same situation for Swain. If left alone, these lanes are going to end up snowballing in the favor of the Urgot and the Swain.
Looks that way right now. Carbon Galaxy continuing getting shoved in. 17 CS down, but here we go. 2v1 on the top lane. Pee-wee very low. There is the ultimate from Boy Who Play Fire. Now looking for damage on to the Warwick. He could get the 1v2 outplay right now. Valera looking to turn. There's the Tiamat proc. Boy Who Play Fire is on the run. No flash available, but the Comet proc finishes him off. Double kill there for Boy Who Play Fire when he's completely outnumbered. Looking very menacing on the Urgot thus far in this game. 3-0 and 3. Grand Entrance will not connect. Able to just battle dance his way out of that hook from On.OP. Right now.
Unfortunately for Warwick, he finally was proactive and ganked top, but Darius is just in too much trouble, and by the time Warwick arrived, Darius had fallen. So hopefully the next game gank goes better.
Here we go, though. Pee-wee in a 1v2 himself. Now Cole tanking up the turret, trying to give Boy Who Play Fire the chance to get some damage onto the turret. There, it does go down, and now Darius is not long for this world. Does fall to the Urgot there, but now Thanatos, one more auto will do it, but on the run is stopped. There is the auto from Ace Kimchi, but not enough damage there. And now the hook connects, could have overstepped perhaps from the Sivir. Boomerang Black won't get it, but he does flash out of the way and does pick up another kill. Now 11-1. Dominating start here for the side team. Redacted Valera on the run. One more auto will do it. Cole getting on the board with his first kill. And now the Boomerang, another kill for Ace Kimchi on the Sivir. 5-0 and 2. almost more action than we can possibly keep up with right now. It's Carbon Galaxy, 1v2 here in the mid lane. Cole very low, does have to back away. Cleaver.
Swain has no mana.
Cleaver not finishing him off. They're not able to secure the kill on Carbon Galaxy 1 just yet. Meanwhile, though, another turret getting pressured here by the side of Team Redacted. Ooh, 2 levels up, though, as Boy Who Play Fire on Tiny Pee-wee. This could be trouble. On the run, ultimate is available, and it's going to be used. There's another kill for Boy Who Play Fire. 5-0-4 now on that Urgot. Unfortunately for Pee-wee, only 15 CS. 0-5 on Darius right now, not having a good time in the top lane. Already Team Redacted off to an explosive 7k gold lead as Hydra not a lot of mana, but does use the ultimate, and Boy Who Play Fire is joining the fight. Valeera is going to go down. You have to imagine. There he goes. Hydra securing that kill. Another headed mid for Carbon Galaxy 1 who's going to have to run back under his threat. Actually flash, but good wind wall from Galaxy to block that route. Will survive for the time being. Got to be careful though. He is very low. Another hit on the Galaxy. Just the auto is almost enough to finish him off. The burn from Red Buff doing a lot of work. There's the root, and the electrocute will finish him off. Another kill for Hydra there in the mid lane. Oh, here comes the battle dance. The quickness. Stop suspending me. Is in trouble. Exhaust is there. Lantern too late. Now I'm that OP is on the run. Does have the flash. He's holding it right now. Doesn't want to have to use it. But Boomerang Blade, he's going to have to use it there. Throws out a hook, but already Thanatos is out of harm's way. 17-1 in kills now. There's not really many words to say. And there's the Boomerang Blade to get another kill before On That OP could complete the back. A dominating start right now for Team Redacted as Thanatos is bravely walking into the jungle. Could be caught here, though. Pee-wee is there. There's the flash from Valeera, but now found Ace Kimchi's Sivir. Blast Cone is taken away. And the Darius could be in trouble. Still barely any items on the Darius to a completed Essence Reaver on Kimchi. Is now chasing him down, but does not have that on the hunt available just yet. Still on cooldown for a while longer. As Teleport coming in from Pee-wee to try to protect his turret, but he might just die. I don't think he can do this. Trying to do something to the Mundo, but Cole just walks away and uses that ultimate. He'll heal back up in no time. Another kill there onto the Urgot.
Domination all around the board. A 10,000 gold lead at 10 minutes. This is not boding well. They're gaining 1,000 gold every minute.
Windwall is there, but not going to block anything. Certainly torn from Gods in dire straits right now. They've got to find something. Carbon Galaxy is going to get tagged by the Vision of Empire. Still just stuck under his turret. That's where he's been all game right now. Half the CS of his lane opponent. Here comes Valeera, though. They want to get a shutdown onto this Swain. There's the ultimate. Demonic Ascension is here. They're looking for 2v1. Tiamat Brock is there. They're hardly damaging, though. He's healing everything. Carbon Galaxy is going to fall. Dodges the Vision of Empire, but the auto attack is enough. Now Valeera hanging around, but is it too long? There's that Force Lightning, and he does go down. Now Thanatos taking a lot of damage from the Draven, but Ace Kimchi is just too fed. And I'm that OP now in trouble on the run. Boomerang Blade, cooldown's going to come up. There it is. Double kill for Kimchi. 9-0-2 now on the Sivir. Absolutely conquering this bot lane right now. Team Redacted continuing to build their lead as caught is Pee-wee. The Empire is going to land, but he'll get away. Nullifying Orb is procced.
Well, I know it's not much of a consolation, but they do still have Ocean Dragon. They have 1 kill. It's not outside of the realm of impossibility that they can still come back in this.
And there goes Pee-wee before we can even say anything. As you say, they can come back in this, but boy, on the Darius, Pee-wee having a lot of trouble. There is the root. Hydra doesn't have the Demonic Ascension available, so he's got to be a little bit careful, but he's very ahead. Fear is going to come out, though, looking for the shutdown. There's the ultimate. Suppressed is Hydra, looking to get out. Does get the root. Will he get the kill? There's the smite. Valeera's chasing him down, but it is a trade. But here's Boy Who Play Fire, looking to get the shutdown on that Yasuo. Does have the ultimate available. Not even going to need it, as that will be another kill on the Urgot. And now, stop suspending me on Darius, or rather Draven.
just accepted his fate. He knew how that one was going to play out.
Indeed.
We're starting to hit the point where 13,000 or 14,000 gold, 13.5, whichever one you prefer. It's starting to hit the point where it's almost impossible to come back, especially since they do have some great late game champions like Yasuo and Draven, but they are still a full AD team, so they're lacking in that regard as well.
Indeed. Cole now caught in her tower. There's the flay, but completely bursted down as Valeera. Thanatos on the quickness, just charming up the backline for good measure. Cole now on the run, but stops the enemy, could be in trouble. Another auto from Kimchi. He's now got 11. Got the Baker's dozen and now in trouble. Sorry, he's got 14. Baker's dozen plus 1 in kill participation. Now they've still got the Rift Herald looking for the Dancing Herald. Possibly they're far enough ahead that it could happen. Looking to close the game out. Our team Redacted, Torn from guys doing their best to take down Shelly there. Defend the Nexus turrets. The hook does connect, but the spell shield is there. All members of Team Redacted pushing the waves in. Now, just shy of 14 minutes into the game, pressuring the Nexus turrets. Absolutely marching across the rift for Team Redacted. Doing the best to clear waves. Torn from gods. There is the hook. Is this what they need? The flay gets 4, but on the run is Ahmed OP. He's gone. Ignite is there. Falls Carbon Galaxy, and now Valeera on the run, but flash forward from Frick Hydra. He has the Demonic Ascension, and there goes Valeera. On the run is Pee-wee. He's in the fountain, and he will get back to heal in time, but only to watch the Nexus turrets fall as pushing forward our Team Redacted.
They can't really do much at this point. I think this is where the game is ending. The Nexus is being smacked down.
Absolutely. Last-ditch defense. Flash forward. Flay from Inet OP, but he does fall. Nexus health is just about gone, and there it goes. Valeera will live to fight another day, but fortunately for the side of Team Redacted, they have pulled off a victory here in round 1 of the Aesir 5v5.
A pretty dominating performance from them. Gotta say, an 8-0 and 8 Urgot, 14-0 and 6 Sivir, 1-0 and 16 Rakan. Swain constantly bullying the Yasuo out of existence. Cole constantly counter ganking Valeera and providing the early invade as well. Also geared a lot towards that. They didn't back, but they didn't need to. So unfortunate for God torn, torn from gods, but it definitely a strong performance, and they've got to be happy about that for Team Redacted. I would say my MVP here, I'm gonna give it to Swain, because I think Swain bullying Yasuo that hard kind of left mid lane open for Cole to be able to run around, and also Swain was one of the highest damaging forces in the game. Could make an argument for Sivir, but I'm going to chalk that up to a Sivir-Rakan duo, so I'm going to say Swain's damage and winning is a little bit more impressive.
Absolutely. Hydra looking dominant on that champion. Personally, I am going to split us 50-50. I'm going to give my MVP over to Ace Kimchi on the Sivir. Highest damage in the game. Absolutely dominant there in the bot lane. He and Thanatos both as a duo really helped their team snowball that lead and win in crushing fashion. But overall, congratulations to the side of Team Redacted. They'll be moving on to round 2. We'll take a look at the bracket here, see where we can jump into next. I'm going to go ahead and guess that no other games are finished yet. Wild guess.
It was a specifically quick game.
Indeed.
It is rare to run into those pre-20 minutes, even rare to run into those pre-15 minutes.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and scout out some of these tournament codes, see if we can't find a game that has not started yet. Check it out here. Alrighty.
wouldn't bank
So
on it.
Team Redacted will go on to fight the Winions there in round 2 of the IC 5v5 right now. Just checking on a few different codes, seeing if we're able to get in on some of these lobbies for you guys.
Oh, apparently there is one that hasn't started yet.
Which one did you join? I just jumped in on Off With Their Heads against Dawn Till Dusk. Looks like only one team is in the lobby though right now. Did you just join a different one?
I ran into the exact same situation. One team was sitting in the lobby. It was Moonbeam Society versus Stinky Cheese.
Ah, interesting. Perhaps a no-show from one of the teams. We'll have to see there.
I do see both teams in their voice channels. Not sure where they are.
A few guys in the lobby remarking that they're on Twitch, but unfortunately we do have the tourney report screen up right now. Technically they're on Twitch.
Technically speaking.
Yes. That's the only thing that matters. Is technically.
We just have to hide their faces in order to cover up their identity.
Well, it looks like we may have a no-show from Off With Their Heads, not certain. Might look around in a few other lobbies, see if we can find a game to jump in on. So we do have a member of Wibjorn in a game. As far as we can tell, I'm not sure who that would be that they'd be playing against, as my understanding is that they actually have a bye right now, so they shouldn't be in a game, as far as I can tell. Oh, okay, so Wibjorn is playing Moonbeam Society, apparently. I see, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and spectate that game. Not sure if you want to do the same, EO.
I don't know if I want to, but I guess I have to.
Hopefully, we'll still have a few minutes left of this game. As far as I can tell, and my client is still going, but I've often had the issue where the client claims that somebody is still in the game when they are, in fact, not.
I clicked spectate you and I entered a screen already.
Really? You're spectating me spectating? I've never had that work before, but I've heard claims that it works.
I've seen it work 95% of the time.
I must be the 5%.
That's just a theory.
Here we
we're
are. So we're getting in. If you guys are just jumping in, actually both these teams did have buys to begin with. So this is actually a round 2 matchup between Wibjorn and Moonbeam Society, I believe. Is that correct, Theo?
Moonbeam Society was supposed to be facing Stinky Cheese, and they haven't gotten their okay yet. And I was able to enter their tournament code with one team sitting in the lobby.
I'm not sure who Wibjorn is playing right now. It's got to be one of those two, though, in theory.
Does it have to be?
I would think, yes. Are you able to check out? I don't want to alt tab; it'll crash the game. To see if you can match up some of these summoner names to one of the teams. We can deduce.
One day the admins will give us information. So Wibjorn ended up joining a lobby with Moonbeam. Not sure how it happened. The winner of that match will play Stinky Cheese. They literally swapped.
Ah, okay. Well, glad that nobody is getting, you know, ripped off or anything. Just a switcheroo on the buys there. So this is Moonbeam Society.
It would appear so.
Well, then it is Moonbeam Society with just a 1.8k gold lead at the moment. However, they do have 4 Drakes, so Double Mountain and Double Ocean. Some handy ones to have right now. Worth noting as well, they have a Yasuo and a Caitlyn. Some good late game scaling right there. Both already with those Infinity Edges locked in, will be packing a punch. And that is one large Cho'Gath at the moment. Certainly able to feast some targets down with that.
But right now, only a 2,000 gold lead with 31 minutes in, so that's pretty. It's pretty close so far.
Absolutely, love to see that after the previous game. Always love competitive games. Vision of Empire will not connect on to X Economy right there. Both teams kind of dancing around the Baron right now, wrestling for control. It will be Wibjorn who pick up the Scuttle Crab. They also have another ward right there. However, clearing out that vision is Bill Cosby. And now looking for this top turret, which interestingly enough is still standing for Wibjorn. There is the curtain call. 4th shot is going to find that Cho'Gath, but not going to do a whole lot right now. We have Armor and Magic Resistance. Master Decker looking for something onto Elijah. There is that Feral Scream. Final Spark comes out, but no, he did. There is the last breath, and G-Mace goes down, but following in quick succession is Elijah. There is the root. There is that Deadly Flourish. A double kill for Superboy, who's now on the chase. In full retreat now, our Moonbeam Society. A good flash over the wall from Mitsuhiro. Curtain call will connect though. Now that's Decker is going to be looking for the kill, and it is Ulfald who picks it up on the Swain. Overall, a 1 for 3, a big victory for Wibjorn. Will they look for the Baron now, or will they just reset the map?
They're looking like they want to do the Baron.
Indeed, they will start clearing out that vision, and there they go. They have started up the Baron. Bill Cosby is not up. The Rengar is not there to smite away that big purple worm, but they have spotted out. Control Ward is in the pit. They know this is happening. Will Moonbeam Society look for the steal? It's going down very slowly. It's Moonbeam that have the Double Mountain. This is a slow Baron. This is a Jin team taking the Baron. It has dropped down to 3k. There's down to 2k. Looking for the steal. Winner's Bite won't get it. Looking for it with the Final Spark. It is Superboy. Secures it with that 4th shot.
Kind of made me think for a second that the Lux was trying to steal it, but then realized that the Lux is on the team. So just wanted to be sure. Didn't want anything going over to Chance.
Yeah, you know, I like that, the thought there, just, you know, getting something like a Jin 4th shot, something like a Lux Final Spark, the highest damage abilities you have, throwing them out, you know, just in case. You never know with these Baron seals. You know, it can get down to the smallest amount of HP on the Baron with a Mist Smite or something like that. So throwing it out for good measure. Not extremely comforting that it's the Jin who ends up securing it, but those 4th shot crits can be pretty nasty, so.
Yeah, we don't worry about that.
Yeah, the important thing is they got it. They picked it up. Final Spark does go towards the Caitlyn. Wind Wall is there. Rose for UCD does live right now. For the moment, just a sliver of health. Looks like he's going to head back to the fountain and heal up a bit. I think with his name, while I do like it, I may have to resort to either 6'5" or Rose for UCD. One of the two. I don't believe in these chaotic fights I'll have the chance to use both. We'll see.
It'd be impressive, though.
Yeah, there is the root, but this is one big Cho'Gath, and here comes a 1v2. Elijah's on the way. Ulfald pops the Demonic Ascension, looking for the 1v2. There's the Wind Wall already used, looking for that healing. Does he have the ability? Last breath is there. Here comes the Zanyas, but he's still taking damage, looking for the counter kills, but will he find it? No, it is Elijah. Finishes him off, but a great Final Spark there from Dr. Medic. Gets the kill onto 6'5", and there goes Economy as well. Superboy with the kill, and now drops the inhibitor turret there in the mid lane. Wibjorn continuing to push in closer and closer. Get a good binding there on Elijah. Windwall will block the deadly flourish. They get the inhibitor, but perhaps miscommunication here as Master Decker dives alone, exhaust. They do get the kill onto Elijah, however, in return, but there's the feast from that massive Cho'Gath. G-Mate does fall. 3 for 3 overall, but it is Wibyorn who walk away with the inhibitor. They'll be happy with that. Rengar ulti has been popped, though. Perhaps looking for something. No, just the red buff for Bill Cosby at the moment.
Right now, we got a Lux who's about to finish a Rabadon, so Squishy's got to be very careful. That could easily determine a won or lost fight. One binding is all it takes, and then it is game over. Also got to be careful of the Jhin 4th shot, because that is also going to be hurting like a truck. He's got almost... he's got 3 crit items, actually. I didn't see the Essence Reaver. But he's got 3 items, so he's doing 70% crit chance.
Well, right now, Moonbeam Society just looking to push out these waves. A lot of deep vision all around their blue side jungle for the side of Wibyorn, who are now looking to maybe head towards that Elder Drake. Would be a nice pickup, if only to take it away from the quad Drake team of Moonbeam Society. Scryer's Orb is used, so they know it's not being taken right now. Super Minions rushing down that mid lane at the moment. So everybody's here except Ulfald. He's at the top lane, split pushing against Mitsuhiro. Hopefully saying that right.
They're hovering
if
over
not, I
Elder
apologize.
Dragon.
Indeed, they are going to pick up that Skull Crab. A lot of vision in the area picked up by Wibyorn. However, Mitsuhiro has backed. He's going to have to teleport in if they start this. And there it is. It's being channeled. Throwing down a couple of spells. They aren't going to do much damage. Here comes the Righteous Glory, though. Mitsuhiro is running in. Decker has ulted, but so much damage on the G-Max. He's already gone. This is a disastrous fight. Final Spark won't find anybody. Elijah with the kill. There goes the Kane. It's only Superboy and Ulfald left. Curtain Call is canceled. 3 kills already. A great fight for the side of Moonbeam Society. And now just hoping for the steal, but they won't find it. Bill Cosby with the take. And that is an Elder Dragon buff team with 4 Drakes stacked up along with it.
That was a great Braum ult. It set everything up and set everything in motion. Allowed Yasuo to get off his last breath. Allowed Cho'Gath to get his knock-up running. It was the defining moment of that fight. So good Braum ult.
Great job, X Economy there on the Braum, and they have secured Elder Drake, which should give them free reign to push a couple of these waves just with the threat of that team fight capability. A couple of pings coming down around top lane and mid lane. The top lane turret very low, and they have a nice wave gathering there. Should be an easy take for the side of Moonbeam Society, but maybe they want the Swain here. Ulfald is going to get procced by the stun, takes the Blast Cone back, trying to get to that turret. Does dodge the spikes. Here comes the Demonic Ascension, but just kiting away on the side of Moonbeam Society to get the root onto the Braum. Economy could be in trouble here. He's burning down. Flash from Ulfald, but the unbreakable Economy just lives. Final Spark won't get it, but now they have the Cho'Gath. This is a match that they don't want because Elijah is there. Ulfald goes golden, but he will fall. They're trying to get the Cho'Gath. They're trying to get the kill. Can he find it? They do finish him off, but now Medic is in the middle of a bunch of high 80s champions, and he does go down in the end. An ace for the side of Moonbeam Society, and they're pushing top lane.
That Elder Dragon can mean all the difference. Cho'Gath and Yasuo were brought so low, but the Elder Dragon gave them enough damage in order to kill their foes before they had fallen themselves. And that'll be an inhibitor tower and an inhibitor. Could this be game? The timers are so long right now. Maith will be the only one up, and they have Elder.
I think it should be. They're tearing down those turrets. Only Maith will be up. Still 15 seconds on Ulfald, the next one. That Nexus is going down. Victory for Moonbeam Society.
Didn't see all of that game, but we saw a pretty even... We started spectating at a pretty even point, and it seemed like it was going back and forth. Both teams taking out an inhibitor, even though the second inhibitor had fallen near the end of the game. Overall, still a good fight from both sides. Unfortunate, a little unfortunate for how those last team fights fought out. Braum definitely, in my opinion, a huge part of that and led to Wibjorn's defeat. But I am going to give the MVP over to Braum because he's got such great kill participation. And I think that fight, based on how poorly the situation was looking for them from the mid lane and the bot lane perspective, I would say that Braum's ult was the turning point of that game. So I'm going to throw the MVP over to him. But again, unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to see everything in that game. So we were unable to see how the lanes played out. So we can only go off of what we saw, and that's the basic what I saw.
Well, unfortunately, yes, we did not get to see the entirety of the game, but we got to see a couple of those exciting team fights there at the end. Always fun to see. Right now, personally, I'm just hopping in a couple lobbies, trying to find a good game for you guys to tune in here too. Just found a nice empty lobby there. Gonna go ahead and not stream that one. Let's check out Wingins against Team Redacted. We'll see if they've already started.
We could always just follow the result of this game. That way we get to watch another full game.
That would be nice. Maybe that's what we will do. Let's hop in that lobby. Perhaps? Maybe?
I'll throw you an invite.
Yeah.
I can't invite you.
You can't? It's not working?
Nope.
Okay, let me restart my client real quick.
Or I could just give you the tournament code.
Too late, I already restarted it.
Okay.
There will just be mere moments till we get your coverage of the next game. Perhaps? Rito client, question mark?
Okay, lobby's now full.
Tell them to wait! And or make room for me.
Alright, the room is made.
Excellent. Alrighty. So,
right,
we are hopping into Moonbeam Society against Stinky Cheese, correct?
That is absolutely correct. Can confirm.
Well, we are just moments away from getting into Champion Select. Ready checks are coming in. It's a brief bracket update for you guys. If you have not checked a Battlefy in the Aesir 5v5 right now, this is a round 2 best-of-1 matchup between Moonbeam Society and Stinky Cheese. On the rest of the bracket, we do have Tanuki Alpha playing against Free Agents, Winions up against Team Redacted, and our final round 2 game, Dawn Till Dusk, off with their heads. I believe that one is a forfeit or a no-show, with Dawn Till Dusk advancing to the semifinals, but not 100% certain. We will keep you guys posted with updates on that. As we get into pick and ban phase, Graves is going to be the first one taken off the board.
And an important note to those who are looking at the bracket, you might think, why is Moonbeam Society playing Stinky Cheese now when they just got out of a game? Bit of a bracket error and miscommunication. Ended up Moonbeam Society facing Wibjorn, the one we just watched. So this is the technical round 2 starting match. Wibjorn just swapped places with Stinky Cheese. That's all that happened in that.
Indeed. While the Yasuo is going to be banned away from Elijah, I realize now I forgot to say my MVP, but I was going to give it to Elijah on the Yasuo there. But what we saw, very key, pivotal last breaths in those last few team fights. Kai'Sa taken away, though. Kai'Sa, of course, a powerhouse ADC on this patch right now, and LeBlanc taken away as well. Since those LeBlanc changes came about, can be absolutely devastating with the amount of burst damage she can dish out. Won't be seeing that this time around. Teemo being hovered, though, as the first pick. Is this a cheeky hover, or is this a legitimate lock-in? It could happen.
No way.
It could happen.
No way.
He's got no time. Oh, okay. Let it tick down to the last second, but it is going to be the Aurelia and the quick response of the Fiora and the Rengar. So Rengar taken away from Bill Cosby. He played that in the previous game. But Fiora against Aurelia. We assume in the top lane, both champions we have seen in the mid lane in previous tournaments, but assuming these guys are just picking in order down the line, that would be two powerful bruiser split pushers there in the top lane. Could be a very exciting matchup as Warwick and then Zac being hovered here. Ooh, is it going to be the Hecarim? It is. Hecarim so effective at snowballing, can be absolutely terrifying there in the jungle. Bill Cosby going to give that Spectral Knight a go as now Fizz being hovered by Elijah. Will this be the lock-in? Would be a blind Fizz. They don't have any idea who the opposing mid laner is going to be. We might get a chance to see that locked in right now, as most of these teams, as so far, have not been doing swaps. But I'm going to go ahead and assume that's not a mid lane Nami, and that they are going to go ahead and hide that mid lane pick for later. Of course, that will give them the opportunity to ban away some of those mid laners. They're going to ban the Janna away as well, with no support picked up by Moonbeam Society. They are going to be able to squeeze the support rule of X Economy. Support pool, rather. Curious if we will see a Braum ban. Look, Grant the champion in the previous game. If they are looking to ban away supports, might not be a bad idea. As Xayah, another very strong ADC, taken away. Gonna be Lulu, though. A different support ban here, but Lulu can be so effective. Particularly with some of these late game scaling ADCs. The ability of the Lulu to spec into the Ardent Sensor and then just buff up the ADC, with her entire kit essentially being geared towards that. Can be quite nasty to deal with. Twisted Fate going to be the final ban. An interesting one there. Not sure if that's a target ban or something along those lines, but regardless, not going to be available as we wait the next pick here from Stinky Cheese. It looks like the Lucian. With what we've seen so far, I'd assume it's a Lucian ADC, but could be the Lucian mid as well. It is locked in, though, so it's going somewhere. What is the response, though? Is it going to be the Misfortune for 6'5"? It is indeed. So Misfortune locked in as the response to what we're assuming is going to be a Lucian ADC. Ooh, will it be the Bard? It is going to be locked in, so we have the entirety of Moonbeam Society's team here just waiting on, we assume, a mid laner here for Arthurian. Ahri being hovered into the Fizz from Elijah. Will it be locked in? Ahri, of course, with some changes a short while ago, some extra damage onto the charmed target, able to burst people down a little bit more effectively, and we're going to get a chance to see that on the Rift as Ahri is locked in, and we have our entire team comms. Eo, any quick thoughts on both these teams thus far?
Ahri is definitely nice to have on a team if you're not facing a Fizz, but you are facing a Fizz. It's a rough matchup because Fizz is able to just go straight in on you. You might think, oh, Ahri's got an ultimate, she can easily dodge that, but it's not as easy as one might think. You need to have very quick reactions, and sometimes you don't have quick enough reactions to even flash, let alone do an Ahri ult, which has animation delay. So your animation still has to move around. So it's difficult to see Ahri really coming out on top on this. Not to mention when you try to harass someone at like a Fizz, usually you're getting within his Q range, and Ari just so happens to be getting in his Q range. Otherwise, you're trying to land a max range Q yourself, which is not easy to do against a Fizz. So he'll be bullied early on, sure, but once he starts hitting a few levels, it'll be tough to really bully him out of the lane. He'll most likely be able to dominate the Ari at about level 5, level 6, maybe even sooner, but I doubt sooner. Anyways, Fizz is just able to go straight in on you and then constantly avoid the charm, because right as you're about to charm, they often love to use that trickster pull. And it's too easy to try to picture how an Ari would play. The moment the Fizz goes in, you think, oh god, I gotta get him CC'd, otherwise he's gonna out damage me. So you throw it out immediately, and then the Fizz is gonna trickster pull up. So I expect Elijah should be able to do pretty well right here. Aurelia versus Fiora, I actually have no idea how that's gonna play. I can't even picture it, because I still haven't played the Fiora since her rework, and I still haven't played Aurelia since her rework. Fiora is actually more surprising, the fact that I haven't played it yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't even remember the old Fiora.
Yeah, I do. I remember it well, and I played it a couple times, but even then, like, I have not played the new Fiora once. So I have no idea. I haven't even looked into her skills. That's how depressing that is. All I know is how her ult works, and the fact that parry blocks everything. I don't even know the specifics of her little leap move. So I have no idea how this is going to play out. Well, and as for the bot lane, I would imagine I can see Misfortune and Bard actually winning this, despite the Nami heals, because Bard has got such great damage, and Misfortune is a nice pairing with that, based on how the minions will be playing out. Bard will be able to get some pretty good stun opportunities, and if he can land something, it's often that a Misfortune will be able to perfectly time her Q up with that, and it's just a huge chunk of damage if you're landing the return Q. But that's my thoughts on the matchups. I think Misfortune Bard have an edge. I think Fizz has a huge edge. I think Aurelia and Fiora is unpredictable for me, and then Rengar and Hecarim, same exact situation as every single jungle matchup. It's always who is more influential early on. I think they both have relatively good ganks early on, and even better ganks once you hit 6. It's hard for me to say that one of them is going to be better than the other, because they're probably not going to be invading each other too often. Rengar may have a 1v1 edge there, but I don't imagine Hecarim can't get out.
Well, we'll soon get a chance to see as we load into the Rift right now. You guys will get a chance to check out some of these runes and similar spells picked up by our 10 players. If you're just joining us, this is one of our round 2 Aesir 5v5 games. This is the match between Moonbeam Society and Stinky Cheese, fighting for a chance to appear in the semifinals right now. Exhaust taken by both supports as well as Airy. Worth noting, we're not going to see the electrocute Bard. That insane Bard burst damage is not going to be quite there, but certainly Bard's still a very nasty champion. I mean, even with Lucian with the ability to E out of trouble, often the Bard stun has just such a big AoE area to hit you that there's just no way to escape it, at least in my experience. Lucian Jet Dash, not enough to get you out of trouble there.
Can confirm it is physically impossible to escape the Bard stun. I've done some tests, I've ran the labs, and it's just not there.
Yeah, I believe it.
But overall, it's... I mean, I don't want to discount Nami and Lucian, because Nami's got some great healing, and Lucian's got some great damage of his own, and they're both good early game laning phase champions, but I can't see them having the edge, barring some pretty damn good bubble placements.
But hey, a few pings coming here. We can't even see the champion on the mini-map from the number of pings thrown there.
I think they're questioning my statement that I had just previously made. I apologize. I do believe that Nami will make some incredible bubbles. Please forgive me.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I have no idea of what... I mean, I know some minor things that deal with the Fiora, but I've never faced the new Aurelia. I've never played the new Aurelia, and by faced, I mean lane-faced, which is completely different than them having all their abilities and coming at you, because then you can't see which is which.
Well, worth noting here with the Nami, of course, Nami capable of speeding up herself, or the Lucian, and it perhaps trying to get away from those Bard stuns. However, between those shrines from the Bard and Misfortune's passive movement speed, could be difficult to land a bubble. We'll have to see if Catbug Soup can land some of those clutch bubbles, because we've seen Nami's can be game-changing, but you've got to land the bubbles when it counts. Right now, High doing a pretty good job of trading into the Aurelia, and right there we see that Bard stun. Impossible to dodge indeed. Already X-Economy getting some damage down. A little bit of return damage onto that Bard as well, though. Both supports here able to sustain their laners fairly well, perhaps not quite as constantly as Sona or Soraka, but here we go. Action in the top lane, as right now High much getting the better of this trade, looking for that vital, but won't go for it. I believe the Q is on cooldown.
It is worth noting that Hecarim and Rengar started completely different jungle paths. Rengar actually looking like he may want to lane gank for Fiora here. But Hecarim started blue, and then Rengar started blue. So it is important for them to know.
Ooh, there is the bubble. They're looking for some damage, but overall, just a bad trade for the bot lane of Stinky Cheese, as they are the ones losing out there. Here comes Almost, so they want to kill the Aurelia, and they're gonna get it.
Whoa.
First blood onto Almost. The burst damage from the electrocute, absolutely insane. Great job from Almost to sneak his way into lane there.
That was some crazy damage. And a crazy gank too. You're never expecting a lane gank when you yourself are next to your tower. So excellent read on the situation by Rengar and Fiora. Overall, an impressive kill. And hard to predict.
Certainly will give High the advantage there in that top lane. There's another Bard stun. You actually can see 6'5" is having a little bit of difficulty sustaining up here. Has to go back and chug those cups of hot cocoa to try to heal up a little bit. As here comes Elijah. Doesn't have level 6, but there's the electrocute. A lot of damage onto Arturian. Doesn't use the ignite, but a great trade for him there already, and doesn't even have the Chum the Waters yet.
First dragon popping up, my favorite kind of dragon, the Infernal Dragon.
Always love to see that as a caster. Usually means a lot of team fights around the Drake, which is just what we like to see. But here comes Bill Cosby. He's going to knock High. He's in trouble here. There comes the riposte, but he is getting the worst of this trade. Does actually flash back under tower and is going to make it out. So good work from him to kind of stay in the fight for a while, wait till the CC was used, and then flash back, escapes with a sliver of health. Good work from High once again on that Fiora.
Hecarim had no...
Oh, the return gank, though. High, no way out this time. Last turret shot, actually pretty close, but not going to finish off the Hecarim there. Return kill over the Mitsuhiro.
Hecarim has Ghost. So it's important to know that when people flash like that, often when they're close to a tower, Hecarim will be completely unable to give further chase because it'll just offer too much distance unless he's got his E up and ready. Oh, but
this could be trouble. Almost is going to find a Bard and burst him down immediately. That is Rengar for you. Already 2-0 for Almost. Now looking for a trade into the Aurelia. High looking very strong right now. Does get stunned, but there's another vital. Mitsuhiro could be gone. Looking for the tower dive is High. Doesn't have the flash. Did he dive too deep, though? One more tower shot? No, he will survive. Now he hits the level 6. Very aggressive play on the Fiora there, but secures the kill. Looking for the bubble, won't find it there. But overall, 6'5" and X Economy getting pushed in here. Moonbeam Society's bot lane has been under tower most of the game. Rosary CD is down about 10 CS, but we'll see how well they can CS here under tower. Maybe cut that lead a little bit.
You can only hope.
Not a lot of attention around that Infernal Drake right now. There is a Scuttle Crab that was picked up by Almost, so they do have the opportunity to keep an eye on it, but nobody's starting it just yet. Keep an eye on Elijah. Does have Chum the Waters available. Perhaps we'll look for a kill onto Arturian. He did come close at level 4. See if that happens again. Level up for high, low, high. Still no level 6 for Mitsuhiro. Right now, here comes high, low, high. Just procking those vitals, poking them down.
Hecker with Aesir nearby.
Has that team at. Indeed, we could have a 3v1 here, but high, low, high fairly far back, but doesn't have the flash. They're coming in, though. Chum the Waters is there. Riposte was already used. Looking for the 1v1 kill, though. Already dead is Mr. Hero, but now here comes Elijah. Chum the Waters is going to connect. No Riposte is there, and down goes high, low, high. Bill Cosby securing the kill. However, it is a 1-for-1 because Mr. Hero died before the kill could even happen. But here it goes. 6'5", getting chased down by the Lucian. Does flash unnecessarily there, but here comes Almost. They want revenge. Mid lane jungle duo. Charm will connect on the Bill Cosby. Elijah on the run. Doesn't have to Chum the Waters. And he will back under tower once again. But Shark there in the bot lane already securing a kill for himself. In addition to that, approximately 10 CS lead. Hoping to chunk down that tower a little bit more. The Lucian pick, not something we've seen a lot recently, but doing pretty well. First, the flash is Economy. Tanking it up is Catbug, but will not fall. It is the Nami who secures the kill, but that is 2 kills now to the bot lane of Stinky Cheese, and they will try to do a little bit more damage to that tower. Won't knock it down just yet. Bullet time actually does come out, but won't do a whole lot besides clear out a couple of minions. Well, Cosby is nearby, though. The Hecarim could be looking for something. Looking for a little bit more poke damage on that turret. There. He may be. They've got to run, though. Slowed by Misfortune. Now in trouble is Catbug Soup. Doesn't have the flash, and it will just fall to 6'5". First kill on the board for the Misfortune. Almost is close to that bot lane if they try anything. So is Elijah, all spotted out by that control ward. We'll see if that gets cleared out, and it will. Finally goes down, but got some value out of it, spotting out a number of members of the team. And unfortunately for Catbug Soup, does still fall in the end. Right now, Infernal Drake is started. Almost is there. Will he look for a steal? It's going to fall pretty quickly. 4 members of Moonbeam Society are here bursting it down. They're just going to let it go, I think. Almost just waiting in that bush, hoping perhaps that somebody will wander in there to establish vision and that he can jump on him, but it is not to be, as here comes Elijah. Chum the Waters onto Arturian. Here is Bill Cosby. Not a lot of mana, but will it matter? Actually, Ignite onto Elijah. A bunch of return damage. Arturian, great outplay there to get a kill on the fizz. Now looking for more. Can he find the Hecarim? Flash Charm will get it. Double kill in 1v2 for Arturian. Meanwhile, Almost with the kill onto X Economy there in the bot lane. In trouble is 6'5", but able to get back to the tower. Action all over the map, but Arturian with 2-0-1 as his score on that Ahri helps his team get to 10-3 in kills and build up a just shy of a 5k gold lead right now, although Infernal Drake was secured by Moonbeam Society.
So
first turret, though.
A bit of a bracket update. The Winions were disqualified for no-show, unfortunately. So Team Redacted will move on, and the victor between Tanuki Alpha versus the free agents has also been concluded. Tanuki Alpha will be the victors, and it will be Team Redacted and Tanuki Alpha in the semi-final.
Already see there just the insane damage from High with that 23 CS advantage right now, and 2-1 as his score. Has some life steal too, so even without the ultimate, he is proccing those vitals, and he is doing some damage to Mitsuhiro. Appreciate the update though there, Eohdorr. Right now, let's group proc onto Elijah, who right now is kind of struggling against the Ahri. He did have some nice roams there, came top lane, got the kill on the high. However, in the mid lane, it is Arturian who has the advantage right now. Can Elijah turn it around? He is down 2 levels, spent a lot of time roaming around the map, wasn't able to get as much experience as the Ahri. A little bit of scuffling there in the top lane, but nothing yet. However, Bill Cosby pathing that way. Would be spotted out by a ward if he goes, but High is very far up, looking for the stun, and Mitsuhiro. Here comes Bill Cosby, flashes there for High. Will he use the ultimate? Looking for some damage on to the right. Here comes Almost, forced to run away as Mitsuhiro flash used. Bill Cosby, electric proc is there. Flash, one more auto will do it, Almost with the kill. Does kill the Hecarim there with the flash, and now they can look to pressure that top turret, make that a 2-0 lead, as they're already up 6k gold at 12 minutes and 20 seconds into the game. There goes that turret, and that will extend that gold lead to about 7k very early on. A big advantage for Stinky Cheese as they look to pressure the mid lane turret now, which actually is very low just from the pressure from Arturian's Ahri. What else can they do?
Pretty convincing gold lead right now, but it's not over yet. We're only at half the gold lead that would be insurmountable.
Absolutely right. Certainly still possible for Moonbeam Society to come back, but certainly at a significant disadvantage right now. Not where they want to be. What would you say about the scaling on these two teams, Eohdorr? Is there one of these teams that would be happier to stall this game out, or is it about equal?
I would say that Fizz late game, not end game, but late game, is pretty damn strong, along with the Misfortune. Aurelia, of course. So they've got 3, I would say, good late game champions. Along with the Hecarim, not too bad, especially if he's going to be going tank, which it does look like he is going to be doing so. And then you've got Lucian, kind of a mid to late game champion. Ahri, a late game champion. Rengar, a late game champion. I would say both of them are pretty equal in terms of their abilities in the late and end game. I don't know if it really serves to either team's advantage here to really to stall this out. They don't really have great team fight synergy in terms of both teams having an incredible amount of AoE stuns, like a Wombo combo from a Malphite, Wukong, Orianna, or anything like that. I don't think they have particularly amazing pick abilities either over the other team. I think these teams are both pretty even in terms of what they bring in terms of the late game and end game, and along with team fights.
Well, we'll see if this game can get closed out then by the side of Stinky Cheese, or if Moonbeam Society can try to orchestrate a pretty significant comeback here, as they are going to freeze Shark there, but with the tidal wave, Catbug Soup able to peel for his ADC, keep him safe from whatever trouble he might have been in there. Perhaps he would have been happy for engagement there, but right now, High continue to split push there, push those waves into that bot lane inner turret. Mitsuhiro not really capable of answering the Fiora right now, as mid lane outer turret does fall. Bubble not going to connect there, but 3 turrets to 0 now is the advantage for the side of Stinky Cheese, and they now are in command of just shy of a 9k gold lead. Here comes Elijah, though. There's the Chum the Waters of the high. Electric proc is there. He does riposte that watery death, and is just going to walk away without even using his flash, even though there are 3 members of Moonbeam Society there. High showing some skill on that Fiora. Oftentimes difficult to pinpoint what skill you need to remove from the equation there. He's going to proc a Vital there. High perhaps having to take this, but maybe not, because there's a bullet time. High looking for a kill. does use the ultimate, but will not find it. Returning to the bot lane after just seeing almost the entirety of Moonbeam Society there, and does pay the price. Fiora does fall. Will that mean the Cloud Drake for the side of Moonbeam Society, or are they first forced to back away? It looks like control of that area still, despite the kill, remaining in the hands of Sticky Cheese at the moment.
Well, looks like Dragon will go over towards Rengar, and they get a Cloud Dragon. Really nice for a Rengar to specifically have.
Right. It is secured by Almost. Ooh, so much damage there onto Bill Cosby. He does fall. Exhaust comes out from Economy, does flash. That will save his life for now. Tidal Wave is there. Will they be able to find the kill onto 6'5"? He does fall. Economy forced to run away. Flash forward from Shark, actually, but not able to find the kill. They are pressuring turrets, though, in top, mid, and bot lane as Triumph onto Elijah. There's the Ignite. So much damage from Elijah. That's not how Fizz wants to play the fight, but he might fall in the end, and he does. A 1-for-1 trade there in the bot lane. However, mid lane inner turret does fall to the side of Stinky Cheese, as meanwhile, high, low, high, continuing to pressure there in the top lane as Mr. Hero has already backed away. Now they're getting a little bit of chunk damage there onto even the mid lane inhibitor turret. Meanwhile, high, low, high continuing to whack away at that top lane inner turret. Below half health now, but doesn't have the minion wave, and Hecarim is on the way. Still, though, Sticky Tree is not taking their foot off the gas pedal as they pressure that bot lane inner turret, which is so low right now. Probably with Dilution able to take it unless they can get some kind of great wave clear. There comes the bullet time to try to protect that turret. It will succeed for now. They got to be careful. Elijah's there. Chum the Water's still on cooldown from that 1v1 against Archurian earlier in the bot lane, but still, the Fizz very threatening. Actually hanging around here, maybe trying to bait the Fizz in. Catbook Soup kind of wandering around in vision, hoping to make Elijah jump, but he's not taking the bait just yet. Doesn't want that 1v2. However, it's a 2v2 now. Might be feeling more confident about it. Sticky Jesus bot lane kind of playing on the back foot. They got to be careful. Opportunity for the Hecarim to roam down is there. They will force him off that bot lane inner turret right now. So small victory for the side of Moonbeam Society, but they're still down 10.8k gold at the moment. Certainly a big chasm to get across. Zero Azure just gets that Triforce completed now. Certainly a bit of gold behind his lane opponent in Hyrule High's Fiora. But Archurian looking for the kill. Charm there on the bar. Does miss the orb, but will simply ult over the wall. And that's plenty enough damage to finish off X Economy. Good pick-off kill for the Ahri there. Some things around Baron that can at least secure some vision there. If not, look to start it. Or my mistake, actually Rift Herald's still up for another 25 seconds. Not sure if they have time to take it. Perhaps they will start it. We'll see. Looks like they have started taking it. Directed camera wholly uninterested in this Rift Herald that's being taken, so I will take charge. They do take it just in time, I believe, yes. The buff does go down onto high, lol, high.
It's funny you say that because directed camera did move immediately after you took charge to Rift Herald.
Well, I gave you guys that extra millisecond of coverage that you were all looking for. Of course.
Truly. You are all indebted to us. Well, mostly to Vest, actually. He's the one who did the camera.
I am the cameraman. Not anymore, though. We're back in directed camera, and we're back to state of the game being about 12k gold deficit at the moment. Miracle, certainly, at this point. If Moonbeam Society was able to come back, really the Infernal Drake, the sole objective to their name, is they're down 4 turrets to 0, just hoping to defend their remaining structures at the moment. Baron is on the table. Here comes almost, though. Mizugo, this is a 1v2, trying to get the stun off, but falls to the Rengar. Meanwhile, Another fight in the bot lane. Chum the Waters did not connect, and it looks like Arturian is going to get away. 1-3-1 in full effect at the moment, as actually Shark is headed up towards that top lane to pick up the mid lane, or to rather top lane inner turret. Where will they look next? High, perhaps look in the back. Teleport on cooldown at the moment, will be up very soon. Does have that empowered recall with the Rift Shell that lets him get out of there a lot faster, if you'd like. Right now he's shifted towards that mid lane though, continuing to pressure the waves. Our Stinky Cheese. Turret in the bot lane. That inner turret is very low. Could be the next objective. Look to knock down all those turrets outside of the base of Moonbeam Society. We'll have to see where they head though, as right now attention kind of focused on the mid lane. Pushing those waves out. Using that recall is high. Does have a teleport available now if there is a fight. If they need to join. Almost uses the ultimate, looking for something. Ghost was popped. Oh, he's found Bard, but he flashes over the wall, does not find the kill. Maybe could have finished it off, but decided not to take a chance there. As here comes Stem the Waters, is going to connect onto high, is going to riposte that ability, and now run back. Bullet Time will not find him. Already summoned the Rifto to get some chunk damage there onto that top lane inhibitor turret. Mountain Drake is spawned now. Some pings around there, almost perhaps just looking to solo that right now. Should be picked up by the Rengar without a problem. Aesir, though, looking for the jump onto Arturian, is going to get disarmed. On the run is the Ahri, and Arturian will make it out without a problem as Mountain Drake is secured by the side of Stinky Cheese. Here comes the ultimate, though. They find High. Can they get the kill, though? A lot of damage onto Elijah, actually immediately falling as the Fizz. High wants more. The Kazi could be in trouble here, as on the chase, there's the redemption. Meanwhile, almost 1v1ing the Aurelia is going to find the kill there, as still chasing Flash from High, gets the kill on to 6'5", and now chasing the Hecarim into his own base. Meanwhile, Catbuck Soup having a little bit of supportal combat there, but High ruins the fun and takes the kill as they look to push in that turret. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, inhibitor turret does fall and almost able to take down that inhibitor. It is a three-way push now for Stinky Cheese as they take that top lane inhibitor turret and look to pressure the inhibitor itself. They are going to take it right now. Now, actually looking to pressure the Nexus turrets, perhaps, but all of Moonbeam Society will be respawning soon. They got to be careful. Don't want to get too greedy here. Just waiting to push in that bot lane.
It is important to mention that they are about at 19,000 gold difference. This is almost certainly unsurmountable, barring some disconnections.
Yeah, a couple of AFKs. And look at that, Elijah falls even as we say it. Before we have a chance to say anything, the Fizz does fall to Arturian, who's now 5-1-1 on that Ahri. Worth noting, of course, almost 9-0-0 on that Rengar. Seems like a typical Rengar score. I do believe he does have all stacks on that Bone Tooth necklace. Right now, X Economy just hoping to get a couple of wards down around that Baron. That would really be the last nail in the coffin, if there is one, beyond just marching in there.
He's got 4. He's got 1 missing kill.
Oh.
You want to take a guess on who it is?
Well, I'm trying to remember, but I'm going to say it's Bill Cosby, the Hecarim.
Actually, I have no idea. It doesn't tell me.
No, dang! You missed. I was so pumped to be like, oh, I'm psychic, but well, we'll just wait. We'll wait to see if he kills somebody else, and if it pops up to 5, we'll know I was right. But right now, it's actually the Baron that they have their eyes on. Here comes Bill Cosby on the Hecarim. Has ghosted. He's going to look for the steal here. Tidal Wave is there. Redemption is there. Coming in, but the Baron is still 2,500 health. It's too high for Bill Cosby to secure, and it is taken by almost on the Rengar.
Okay, I do know who it is now through astute observation. So who did you think it was again?
Well, as we say that, X economy falls as well. There goes 6'5". It's only the Aurelia alive. Mizuhiro in full retreat as the entirety of Moonbeam Society falls in an instant there, just waltzing in with an absolute horde of super minions. A dominant victory for the side of Stinky Cheese as they will advance to the semifinals.
A 23,000 gold difference ended up being huge here. 9-0-3 on Rengar, 8-2 on Ahri. An incredible series there of events. But I'm going to go on and say I believe Rengar was the MVP. Ahri didn't do bad against Fizz. Fiora did great against Aurelia, actually. Lucian Nami, not really winning lane, not really losing lane, so kind of going even, but I'm going to go with Rengar because he was just getting all these assassinations everywhere. And that put others behind, allowing his laners to get ahead. So that's my MVP choice.
I think that's a great choice. I'm very tempted. For me, I'm split between Arturian and Lowell High. I thought they both had a lot of outplays there, both in 1v1 and 1v2 situations against both the Hecarim and their lane opponent. Overall, I am going to give it to Lowell High just for the sheer damage numbers. That split push from the Fiora was unanswerable, absolutely, and certainly looked great on that champion, able to get out of trouble when 2, 3, 4 members were around. Did get kind of ganged up on there once or twice, but overall looked very, very strong on the Fiora. Great performance from him.
Well, it looks like he will be our next person to spectate along with my MVP, which is better. And we're going to be getting into this game once again following Stinky Cheese's journey here. We have no results for Team Redacted versus Tanuki Alpha yet. I'm not even sure if they're in game yet or not. Haven't been able to... Oh, they are in game. There we go. So I'll provide you with live spectator updates on that one if it is wanted.
Certainly can. Do we have a lobby we can get into here? Looking for one.
Oh, okay. Well, I have a code to send to you.
Well, you sent me one, but it wasn't working.
It's available now. Someone's waiting. There we go.
Here we go. Okay. So we're hopping into Dirty Cheese up against
Dawn Till Dusk.
I see. Okay, I gotta refresh my bracket here. So if I'm not mistaken, it is Dawn Till Dusk who basically got buys the first 2 rounds, correct, to get here?
Yes, unfortunately for them, I think Off With Their Heads didn't show, so this will be their first match up. I'm sure they're eager to get in there. Important update information. The games that are being played on the other side of the bracket, Team Redacted versus Tanuki Alpha. Tanuki Alpha is running with a Cho'Gath top against a Swain top, a Skarner jungle versus a Mundo jungle, whoa, that threw me off, an Anivia mid laner versus a Corki mid laner. That would have been fun to watch. Kaisa and Morgana bot lane versus an Ezreal Braum bot lane, a Corki mid laner. That's a interesting choice. I haven't seen that in a while. Has that been played in the LCS lately, or
Corki in the mid lane?
Yeah,
a little bit. It's a bit of a niche pick, but it's something a few guys have had in their back pockets. I feel like to me it's more of a NA and EU kind of pick. It's something that they tend to gravitate towards there in the mid lane. It's certainly, particularly if it's able to get ahead a little bit, because once you get that kind of breaking point where you get like the IE and like a rapid fire cannon or something like that, where you get the extra range, it can be so hard to answer the Corki from a distance. Like, it's sort of like what Aesir, I think, used to be before they kind of nerfed him a little bit, because he's got that ability to just like poke from a distance. And yeah, I think Corki is still considered fairly strong right now and brought out on occasion.
All right, well, Enough about the other matchup currently. They're only 4 minutes in, so no pentakills yet. We will be looking for pentakills exclusively, but so far none have happened. So let's just get into this one where Mundo and Fiora banned away immediately. Don't want high on the Fiora anymore, and LeBlanc banned away from Shiori or Shori. I have no idea how to pronounce that O.
I'm going to assume it's Shori. That's how I'd pronounce it, but difficult to say.
And my MVP, both of our MVPs have been taken away. You voted for Fiora MVP, right?
I did indeed. Not going to be there for high. Curious if we'll go for a different split pusher, maybe the Irelia or a Camille. I was just about to say it, and there it is, locked in. I like that pickup. If you don't have Fiora, but you're still wanting to go for that carry from the top lane, I think Camille is a great choice right now. Curious how the rest of the team will get kind of picked here, though, because often you can itemize, or rather, pick champions that will synergize really well with the Camille. Camille Galio is still a really potent combination. There's other picks you can go with too, even something like a Nocturne with the buffs to his ultimate. There's various champions you can pick in the jungle and mid lane and all across the map that can play well around Camille and that Hextech ultimatum. So curious to see there. Cho'Gath a response, though, there in the top lane, along with the Skarner. Skarner continuing to be a big pick there in the jungle. Going to be locked in for Fantastics.
Kind of an interesting champion to choose. Not like it's bad or anything, but it is an interesting choice. It's not something I see lately.
The Skarner?
Yeah.
Oh,
played often?
Skarner's been a must-pick ban the last few patches. It's basically been Skarner, Olaf, Trundle have pretty much been every single game. Huge priority on it. Ever since Skarner got buffed, I think towards the beginning of Season 8, it's been a huge pick.
I see. Syndra, we saw that yesterday popping off all over the Rift.
I like the picks here from High and Almost. They have the Rengar and the Fiora taken away, so they pick champions in that vein. They're probably still pretty comfortable on Camille and the Kha'Zix. I really like those pickups. Kha'Zix, another great assassin there in the jungle. Interested to see how that will fare against the Skarner, though. Something with a lot more tankiness and a lot more CC, of course. Kha'Zix with only the slow in his W. But the best CC is death, as they say. So we'll see if the Almost makes that come true in this game as ADC is getting banned away. Varus and Caitlyn are gone.
You know what? I disagree. The best CC is not death. It's a permanent CC.
What, like Earth Leona?
The kind of CC that lasts for about 30 minutes. You don't need to kill them. You just need to just let them sit there. It's almost like an AFK, in fact.
Yes. AFKs are the best form of CC. You're absolutely right. Well, it is going to be the Ezreal locked in with those 80 carry bans and some support bans too. Rakan and Lulu, both smart bans, both very strong supports right now, particularly Rakan. That engage can be so hard to deal with. Curious if we will see the Xayah coming out or the Kai'Sa. Both really strong picks right now, and it is going to be the Xayah. So, wondering if for Catbug Soup, perhaps the Rakan is a pocket pick they wanted to take away, but that duo, Forest Nikichi's not afraid to lock in the Xayah without her lover in the support role. Looking towards that Nami once again for Catbug Soup. Looked pretty confident on it previously, and certainly that tidal wave capable of disengaging pretty well. For me, that was the breaking point. Post 6, Catbug was able to kind of keep away the engage, but Zyra could be the response here from South. Will it be locked in? And there it is. So you talked about, you wanted to see Zyra Draven. Well, this isn't a Draven, but this is a high damage support coming out.
I don't know how much I like it with an Ezreal, to be 100% honest with you. I think it's kind of the opposite of what I want, in fact. I mean, not that it's bad or anything, is Zyra's got a very nice snare and, of course, high damage is fun to see, but I think I'd like something better with a bit more CC control type of champion. More like a Leona, more like a Thresh, more like a Braum. Maybe I'm just a picky guy, but...
Well, I see what you're saying, though, because they have the Skarner and the Cho'Gath. They have this big front line. They could have cemented that with a Tahm Kench, made sure that Zakaria is going to be completely safer. A Braum would also help a lot. Help kind of buff up that front line. And I think Leona, similar thing, you know, help them have a lot of CC to lock down something like a Kha'Zix, like an Ahri, kind of just push forward, make those front-to-back team fights work. However, with the Zyra, they will have a lot of damage. So, I mean, I guess it's sort of a coin flip. You know, if you can just kill everybody, you don't need tanks, right? So, I mean, we'll see if that works for him. But that seems to be the approach, is looking for more damage in the support role. Certainly Zyra, capable of providing some CC. The Stranglethorns, post 6, can actually mess up things in a fight if you can time it really well. So that, for example, it pulls Kha'Zix out of his leap or keeps Camille from hook-shotting away. It can be really clutch, but it's often really difficult to find the right choke point to be able to lay it down and get that done. But of course, the the root as well from Zyra, you can't underestimate the capability of that. But it will all depend on how South plays this matchup, because personally, I know playing Zyra into Nami, a good Nami can be very difficult to deal with, because Nami will walk up to the Zyra and just W you, and you do some damage, but she'll do damage to you and heal, because it just bounces back to her, and it's just so hard to contend with. They'll have to be, really on the same page, both South and Zakaria, able to just poke out the Nami if she does walk up, to make sure she has to play kind of far back. We'll see if they're able to do that.
Maybe a little update on the other side of the game. 10 minutes in, only an 800 gold lead with a 3-2 and for the... I'm completely forgetting all my words here. Team Redacted. So that's a little bit of an update there. And they've also got a Skarner jungle, as I mentioned earlier, hence my question about Skarner. So we haven't talked about their team fight yet, right? Don't think
we have not.
Because if you think about their team fight, they have such great potential with the Skarner with the Righteous Glory that I assume he's going to be building. Shakti's not taking Ghost for that, but the Skarner with the Righteous Glory, Zyra and Syndra, all three together, have such great pick potential. And then they have such a great team fight focus. The Zyra, nice AoE knock-up with a high amount of damage. Ezreal being able to play it safe at an end. Syndra able to assassinate one person, which should be a good chance to kill off that Xayah or that Ahri early on. Even if Xayah has her ult available, sometimes it's just not too easy to ult every single form of CC that they'll be able to bring out here. So Dawn Till Dusk has a pretty nice team fight abilities here with two huge tanks that are going to be barring straight for the carries. But on the other hand, that also gives Kha'Zix a chance to assassinate Syndra or Ezreal pretty easily here.
Well, I do like the top side of the map here for the side of Dawn Till Dusk, because they have the Skarner, and the standard is that Predator with the Flash Impale ability for the Skarner. That's been what the pros have been going with. So with this team comp, what they've done is they've said, well, okay, I'm going to go and Flash Impale you, pull you into my team, and I have a Feast and an Unleashed Power from Syndra and Cho'Gath. That is a dead champion. I don't care who it is. And that could be devastating if they can get a good pick off. Maybe they get almost, invisibility leaps are not going to matter if you just get impaled and feasted. So they can do something like that. Later in the game, that could mean objectives. It could mean Baron if you can take down a jungler or take down a key carry. You can take down Shark or Archurian. Certainly the ability with this team comp to get some very fast and devastating picks.
All right, well, everyone remember this is Stinky Cheese versus Dawn Till Dusk, a semi-final match. So don't forget to tweet out which team you think's going to win, and then Remember to slam that follow button.
Sponsored by Omen by HP.
We'll be providing you
we're
live
sponsored by
coverage.
Travis Gafford Esports. Go check him out. Oh, Shori could be caught. Does see them walking into the bush and does just back away, so not going to lose a summoner on a cheeky invade like some of the previous games we've gotten a chance to see. However, they do get some wards down a little bit. No buff's going to be stolen away early on, as far as we can tell. Although actually,
have I mentioned how much I hate invades personally?
I don't think so.
I hate invades. And the reason I hate invades is because when you're invading someone, you get 400 gold for the person who gets the kill, right? But how about for everyone else? If only one other person gets in the action, which, I mean, let's face it, it's an invade, it never happens. So 2 people in on the action, you get about 40 gold or so, give or take. And then 3 people on the action, you get like 35 to 20. And then all 4 people on the action, you can't even... It's not even a minion's worth of a kill, yet it's an assist for you. It's just not worth it, and especially if you have to burn a flash or an ignite or an exhaust on it. It only is worth it for the person who gets the kill, and that's where the gold comes from. So, like, you're doing all these risks and suffering your own lane if you choose to spend things such as an ignite for, like, let's say we got a kill for Aesirian for the Ahri. It's able to put Ahri ahead, sure. Maybe he had to burn a flash or an ignite, but regardless, he got a kill. So I would say it was definitely worth for Aesirian. But if Nami had to burn flash and exhaust for that, then that's 2 summoner spells that's down for the bottom lane. Or even worse, a flash from the Camille can easily mean the difference between life and death for that Camille and force her to have to either A, play safer, or B, have to give up a potential kill that she could have gotten later on in the matchup. So it all is set up for one person who gets the kill.
Could have action here in the top lane as here comes Almost looking for the kill onto Pendelas is backing away. Is the Cho'Gath forced to flash away, but here comes Almost looking for that last auto. Is going to find it, tries to smite the minion, but actually gets the execute. No attacks landed by the Cho'Gath onto the Kha'Zix, so not absolutely ideal, but a lot better than any kill goal going over to that Cho'Gath.
Nice. Well done. But just to finish up what I was saying, I don't think that the risk of invading is not worth it. It definitely is worth it if you can get that one person ahead, but it's risky in terms of if Nami gets the kill, it's risky if someone who doesn't scale gets the kill, and more importantly, it's for you often not worth it if you're not the one who gets the kill. And I don't believe it sets the jungler behind enough to make it worth like it's as if it's 2 kills. If you get 2 kills in the invade, then yes, I most certainly say it's worth, even if you had to spend 2 summoners for it, because that's a huge lead for someone else, or it's multiple leads across the game. But in my opinion, if it's only 1 kill, then I don't think it's worth it unless you're the person who got the kill.
Well, overall, outside of that kill in the top lane, not a lot happening across the map. We saw Fantastics looking mid lane, but Arturian was playing safe enough. In the bot lane, we're seeing South and Zakaria poking down Catbug Suit, but able to just sustain that Nami, keeping them healthy throughout the laning phase. Meanwhile, in mid lane, Shori shoving in Arturian a little bit here, but not really able to secure a big health advantage. Up a little bit right now, but has been using a lot of mana to do it. Root not going to connect there on the Catbug Suit.
So Mountain Dragon, not a big dragon for anyone, but could be big for Ezreal and Syndra and Zyra specifically.
We've seen this before, though. No flash on the Cho'Gath. Looking for the counter damage, but no feast means he can't finish off the Camille. And High Roll High gets the first kill of the game for that Camille. Now 1-0-1 there with a 10 CS advantage. That Camille split push is gonna be here fast. So here comes the Unleashed Power and the Ignite. Arturian could be dead. There's the auto attack, and he goes down to Shory. Some action here in the bot lane is actually Ignite onto Shark, as here comes the Skarner with the Predator. Smite onto Catbug Suit, but not able to secure any kills. They do get a flash out of the Xayah at the cost of only an Ignite. So overall, fairly even early game here. They do have 2 kills there on the top side of the map for Stinky Cheese. However, Dawn Till Dusk do get that solo kill there in the mid lane for Shory. And now a summoner advantage in the bot lane is CS-wise, actually, Zakaria up 17 over Shark Xayah.
Well, just to give you another update after a pretty big team fight over on the other side of the bracket, ended up being well, still going on, but so far it is absolutely looking like a 4-for-1 trade in favor of Team Redacted with a 5,000 gold lead at 20 minutes and 3 dragons picked up, 10 kills to 7. I'll throw you more updates around 5 or 10 minute marks, give or take, depending on what action is happening in the game that we are spectating. But that's what's going on the other side of the bracket.
Well, right now the gold lead just 300 for Stinky Cheese, as right now some CS leads developing all across the map. Jungle just about even, however, still about 10 CS up there in the bot lane for Zakaria and about 15 for Shory there in the mid lane. However, about 15 the other direction there for High Roll High in the top lane on the Camille, who just TP back up there. That Summoner Spell will be down. Meanwhile, the Cho'Gath TP will be up. Just about 45 seconds or so.
There's the blue.
That's a lot of damage here on to South, who does back away, but those planets firing away on Shark, who's in trouble now. That Zyra damage over time turning the fight, as now the Cho'Gath could be in trouble. Hextech Ultimatum is available. That's not where Pendalis wants to be. Katie could be in trouble, as there comes the treatment from that strike. Hook shot will finish him off. Another kill there for High Low High. Flash Impale there onto the Nami, who does have Flash available, but could still fall. Smite and South's plants finish it off, as now Pep's gearing up for another dive here onto Shark. Taking the tower is South, however, kill secured by Zakaria. First one of the game there for the Ezreal.
1-0-1 for a lot of them. Well, actually, no, 1-0 for a lot of them. Syndra, Ezreal, Zyra. A lot of us.
Looking for something here.
Stealing away a red buff.
Indeed, they might have found him. Shory looking for the stun, but look at that isolation damage. There's the Unleashed Power, but Shory could be in trouble here. Blast Cone is used, but it's High Roll High who comes in to save the day and secure the kill. But now Fantastics has found the Kazakhs. But look at that damage! It's absolutely obscene, and almost somehow survives and gets the kill. And now High Roll High looking once again to 1v1 this Cho'Gath, looking better right now. And Arturian there to secure. Charm will not connect. Good dodge there from Katie. However, Electrocute is there. And the Cho'Gath will fall eventually. Another kill there for High Roll High, is now 4-0-1 on that Camille. A terror there in the top lane.
Overall, really strong Kazakhs now. Able to survive from... Hold on, I'm going to go back and look at exactly how much health he had at the very end of that fight.
Certainly curious to know. It looked very low, but did have, I believe he had the red buff taking the healing up a little bit.
Oh, 4 health.
Oh, man. That's the tilter for Fantastics on this Skarner. Unfortunately, he does fall That Kazakh's almost 2-1-2 right now, but the big thing we've got to be talking about, of course, is going to be high, low, high there on the Camille on the top lane. 4-0-1, double the CS of Katie's Cho'Gath. But here comes Almost, looking for the kill out of the Zyra, who does fall to the burn from the red buff in the end. But actually, Catbug Soup could be in trouble here, does heal himself up. And now, Ezreal could have overstepped, and there's the Blade Caller. Shark picking up another kill there. Zakaria playing too far up, and both bot laners from the side of Donto Dust do fall. Now looking for the Impale is fantastic. Doesn't have the flash to follow there. Arturian does burn his. Meanwhile, on the bot lane, Stinky Cheese pushing down that bot lane outer turret, looking to secure it. You can see the insane damage Hilo High is already doing. His Trinity Force is completed. Meanwhile, Katie only having a Bommy's Cinder, along with boots and a cloth armor. As here comes Shory, looking to get the kill on the Catbug Soup, who does fall to the Syndra. However, the rest of Stinky Cheese will get away, and here comes the Ahri. Arturian looking to get something on the back end of this, perhaps. However, recalls coming in from Stinky Cheese means they probably don't want this. Now they do cancel. Looking for this fight, looking for the Unleashed Power. There's the Impale, the Ignite is down. However, Arturian makes it out. And there goes the kill. Shory's already done. Fantastic's looking for the kill, trying to dive onto the Ahri, but it is Arturian who kills the Skarner in the end. 10-4 now in kills, and a 3k gold lead now for Stinky Cheese means they're feeling pretty good just about 12 minutes into the game.
Well, to throw one more update over on the other side, this game is most certainly great, a 30k gold difference, but
watch out for South. Here comes the Kazakhs. Almost wants the kill, wants the electrocute, and he will find it. Another kill there under the Kazakhs. Almost 5-1-4. Now 3 kills in quick succession. Hoping to get that snowball more online. This is looking just like the Rengar from last game. Same thing with the Fiora. Now Camille, but Hilo High and Almost looking very comfortable on these high damage carry threats from the jungle and the top lane roles. They've got him once again, and right now they're looking at a 3.5k gold lead over the side of Dawn Till Dusk.
Well, Team Redacted on the other end of the bracket has got a 10,000 gold lead, 13 kills to 9 with a Baron buff and 4 dragons, 3 of them Cloud and 1 Mountain. So they're looking pretty good so far on the other side of the bracket in 26 minutes in. So it seems not definitive, but we may see them in the final here.
Well, we'll see. 10,000 certainly a significant gold lead, but we have seen leads around that number evaporate before, but not an everyday occurrence.
Indeed, it's certainly not impossible. Can't rule them out yet. Skarner's looking something.
Looking for the Ahri. There's the Impale. However, ult is available, but Unleashed Power is just going to be used. Arturian just kind of accepting his death there, I think. Not sure if Skarner got the second stun, and that was why. But Arturian not even burning the ultimate as another kill goes over to Shory. Syndra looking like the sole carry threat kind of remaining from the side of Dawn Till Dusk at the moment. Rest of the members of the team not doing very well. As Zakaria continues to try to push that wave, throws the True Shot Barrage down to try to get a little bit more damage onto that turret. His own turret is very low. There comes the Featherstorm looking for the kill in the south, who does use the Stranglethorns, forces Flash and heal out of the bot lane of Stinky Cheese, who are now playing on the defensive under their own tower. Cannot underestimate that Zyra damage. South already with a blasting wand, going right into some heavy damage itemization. We'll have to see if that's going to be a Morello or rather a Rylai's or a Liandry's Torment, both popular picks on the Zyra, but Liandry's often the standard there more recently. Here comes Fantastics, though. They want to kill the Camille, but able to just hook shot away is Hilo High. Here comes Shory, though. Flashing away is Shark, but a lot of damage. There goes the kill, however. Almost is there for the cleanup. Gets 1 kill on the Shory. Will he find anything else? No. Has to respect the damage output from the Ezreal and the Zyra. 1 for 1 right now. Support for mid laner, though. Certainly a trade that Stinky Cheese are happy to take at the moment. This bot lane outer turret so low, should go down without too much trouble. And they gotta be careful, actually. South forced to flash away. Not respecting the Kazakh's damage there. Almost loses his life as actually the True Shot Barrage nearly taking down Shark, who has to back away. A lot of close calls there in the bottom lane.
A close call indeed.
High, low, high. Just basically ignoring the Cho'Gath right now, hoping to get some damage onto this turret. Camille split push fully online to the point that doesn't really view the enemy laner as a champion, I think, at this point. Kind of views it as a large monster wandering around in the general area. As here comes Unleashed Power of Turian, able to get away with that Ignite ticking. However, the Airy Catbug Soup is there just in time. Almost not able to get the return kill. And Turian surviving through the Ignite. Just a small little bit of health there. As meanwhile, high, low, high continue to push in here in the top lane. Katie not really able to stop that. Flashes away, but look at that damage. Hextech Ultimatum is there. Will it come out? Here comes Hollow High. Flash, Ultimatum, and boom! With the Tiamat proc, Katie does fall in the end. Fantastic's left to try to fend off that Camille at 5-0-1. High, low, high. Very strong right now. Stranglethorn's using the bot lane, but not going to find any kill just yet. Fantastic's willing to fight. There's the Impale, the stun. High, low, high in a lot of trouble here. No Ultimatum, looking for the kill. Does force the flash out of Fantastic's. Almost found the 1v2, but not quite. It is Shori who gets himself up to 5 kills on the board. Meanwhile, however, mid lane pressure. True Shot Barrage is going to cut that minion wave a little bit, but Arturian does get the last hit. Bring that up to 3 turrets to 0 and about a 5.3k gold lead for the side of Stinky Cheese at the moment. They made a look for this Mountain Drake. Not a lot of opportunity to contest. Fantastics is not even in the area. Let's see if they try something here. No True Shot Barrage, so we'll just go over to Stinky Cheese. No problem there. Secured by Almost with the Smite.
First dragon of the game. And first turret of the game falling at 15 minutes. This is not really focused on objective control, just mostly CS dominance and kill pressure. And CS dominant Camille is with the over double Cho'Gaths.
She's looking for the solo kill in the south, who goes down immediately before Fantastics can even help his poor support out. Zyra is gone once again. Here comes the hook shot, though. High, low, high once more. He wants the 1v2, perhaps. Knows his team is on the way. Here comes Shark, looking to turn this, perhaps. Shuri is on the way, though. That Syndra is pretty strong right now. They gotta respect it. A lot of damage from high, low, high onto Fantastics. There's redemption coming through. Shark has to be careful. Ultimate onto Shuri. Could be in trouble. There comes the feathers, and he goes down. Almost has got the kill. Returning the fight now. Fantastics is going to be in trouble. Almost is falling very low. Feast was already used by Katie, though. Double kill there, and a quad kill split between a couple of members there for the side of Stinky Cheese. Only South left to try to fend off this push, but not a lot as Zyra can do, as right now that inner turret will fall in the bottom lane, and Stinky Cheese will look to push in further. Looking for the kill in the south right now, actually. Stranglethorns are there. Almost gets a return kill onto Almost. No pun intended, however, it does not happen. South does fall delayed ace there as they're going to pick up this inhibitor in the bot lane. Try to make a quick escape there. Looking for the flash impale. Well, no flash, but looking for just the impale. It's Fantastics, but not going to be able to find it. Did pop the Predator, but looks like his blue buff is probably going to be taken away. That's high, low, high, looking to secure that most likely. We'll pick it up for the Camille. 7, 1, and 4 right now. Very strong along with the Kazakhs. 9, 1, and 5 on that jungle-bound assassin. So difficult for the side of Danto Dust to deal with right now.
Well, as we're dealing with the map reset, I think it's important to note that there has been a victor on the other side. 30 minutes, 50 seconds, and 20,000 gold lead. 7 kill advantage with 19 kills is Team Redacted. Congratulations to them. And we will see them play the winner of this matchup in the finals.
Well, congrats to Team Redacted there. And indeed, these two teams are now duking it out to see who will earn the right to face down Team Redacted in the finals of our Aesir 5v5. Right now, not quite a 10k gold lead, but pretty darn close for the side of Stinky Cheese as they look to secure some control around the Baron area. Almost so dangerous on that Kha'Zix. Wherever he is walking is not where you want to be, as actually Unleashed Power barely doesn't finish off. Katbugsubu flashes away from the orb, barely survives on the Nami with just a sliver of health, and dodges the True Shot Barrage as well. Katbugsubu playing on a knife's edge. There's the charm though. Shuri is gone. That's the biggest threat on the side of Dawn Till Dusk. That should be an easy push for the side of Stinky Cheese. They do clear out the minions, but meanwhile in the top lane, Inner Turret does fall to high. There comes Almost. Flash will not save South as the Kha'Zix picks up his 10th kill of the game, and they have their eyes on that top lane inhibitor turret.
This is the second inhibitor falling. This is very dangerous. Baron is now open to them if they wanted to go for it. But it's not like they necessarily need to with the 12,000 gold lead.
Almost looking for something. Might get impaled, actually. Ultimate is there for Fantastics. Does use it, but very late. And falls to high. There's now 8-1-4. Looking for some kind of damage there from the Syndra, but meanwhile, that mid lane inhibitor turret's going to fall as well. Looking for the third inhibitor now for Stinky Cheese, and they are going to get it. That's going to be an insane number of minions, and there... Hookshot, Flash, Tiamat, and there goes South on the Zyra, falling once again, as now looking perhaps even for the end. Our Stinky Cheese, no minions in the base just yet, but they are hanging around. We'll see if they look for the Baron. Yeah, they are going to recall, reset the map, spend some of that gold, particularly high with 2,300 in his pocket left to spend, perhaps picking up that Sterix Gauge. Able to lock in that Trinity Force Sterix Gauge combo, which can be so lethal on these split push champions.
Lethal is a bit of an understatement.
Indeed, High has been absolutely monstrous this game, as has Almost. Together, just one-shotting champions left and right. Is right now Dawn Till Dusk just struggling to push out those minion waves, try to keep them out of their base, defend them as best they can. Meanwhile, however, Baron going down, not really any way for the side of Dawn Till Dusk to contest this. It's actually jungler not even there, not even really bothering to have the jungler there for the Baron, perhaps jumping in for the smite. Does jump in and contribute in the end for Almost. Throws in the smite there, just in case a True Shot Barrage might have threatened to steal or something like that. But
they're lucky Kha'Zix was there.
Indeed. It is secured, however, by the side of Stinky Cheese. Dawn Till Dusk sadly left in their base, just still trying to defend against 3 inhibitors down. That's a lot of super minions, and it means the rest of the map is really Stinky Cheese's for the taking, as is that Ocean Drake. Not a lot of drakes being taken this game, not a lot of attention being focused around there. It's mostly just been about the kills.
Exactly. There's just no objective desires. It's just bloodbath.
Well, worth noting the inhibitor has respawned there in the bottom lane for Dawn Till Dusk, so a little bit of a breath of fresh air for them there, but still down about 14.5k gold. Does not feel good, and they're just doing their best to defend, stall it out, see what they can do. As that blue buff is stolen away by High, who's now looking to push in that bot lane. Perhaps take that inhibitor once again. True Shot Barrage will clear out some of those minions. still struggling to push out so many super minions, however, from the side of Dusk Till Dawn. Baron buff still up for the time being. Looks like they have about half of that buff left right now. So they're going to pick up that bot lane inhibitor without any contest from the side of Dawn Till Dusk, who can barely afford to fight. Actually looking for the kill there onto the Arya. They've found a turret, however, South falls immediately afterwards. Not looking for damage there onto the Kha'Zix. Nearly falls, going golden is high, low, high, but he could fall as well. The shutdown there for Katie. A big fight from the side of Dawn Till Dusk. They get a 1 for 2 and they only lose their support. Actually shoving back against Stinky Cheese. Just the kind of fight they wanted at the moment. And they will defend their base for a little while longer. Death timer is still ticking for the side of Stinky Cheese. Already just about to come up. Baron buff still there for about a quarter of that buff left on the remaining members. Would be almost Shark and Catbug Soup. We'll see. If we're able to do anything with it, most likely not. They do have all 5 champions on the Rift once again, but what can they do with it besides just farm up? Hope to gear up for the next objective, which is gonna be a while. They are heading down mid lane because that inhibitor has respawned there in the top lane. That could be a target as well. But still 2 inhibitors down means even with that small team fight victory, Dawn Till Dusk just struggling, trying to defend their base as best they can. Here comes Stinky Cheese, though. Even though they lost that previous fight, they're still up 12k gold. It is a lot. And they're able to kind of skirt the edge of this inhibitor and most likely take it down. Actually, South very low. The tidal wave finishes him off. Almost jumping in. Here's high, low, high. Katie is caught by the bubble and will fall to almost ultimatum there on a fantastic. Skarner is going to fall as well. Kill secured there by the Xayah Shark. Almost looking for the Syndra now. Has got to back away though. That Maw is going to get popped, getting some value out of that item, but it's only the Ezreal and the Syndra left. One next to turret down, looking for the kill in Zakara. They're going to find it. Only Shuri left, the last bastion of defense for the side of Dawn Till Dusk, but the Nexus is exposed, and there it goes. That is a victory and a trip to the finals for Stinky Cheese.
They did not let the fact that most people probably wouldn't eat them get them down at all. They managed to pull out a pretty dominating victory here. 13-1 and 9 Kha'Zix and a 9-2 and 8 Camille. Oof. It is an incredible performance out of these 2 players specifically. Not that Archerian or Shark or Catbug Soup, another thing that people probably wouldn't eat, to be 100% honest with you. Not that they aren't a part of this win, but it is definitely high, low, high, and almost taking the spotlight here. I'm going to go with this time high, low, high, because he had some great outplays up in the top lane. And despite the fact that Kha'Zix, almost on Kha'Zix, did a fantastic job of pressuring everybody, it just feels like High Lull High had a slightly more impactful experience onto the game, especially considering that it feels like his lane mostly won on his own without the need for Kha'Zix.
Absolutely agree, of course. That High Lull High was just so fearsome there in the top lane. Personally, I am going to give my MVP over to Almost this time. He was extremely successful there in the jungle, was an absolute monster there on the Kha'Zix. Basically just jumping on people, one-shotting them left and right. You lose track of how many times he did it. Incredible performance there in the jungle from Almost, and High Lull High as well in the top lane. And of course, the entirety of Stinky Cheese able to triumph and head to the finals. for their matchup against Team Redacted.
So we don't have every game available in terms of exactly how the matches played out, unfortunately speaking. But we do have a lot of games in terms of 2, so 4 total to look at for both of these teams. We've seen Hylol on Camille and Fiora earning MVP, and almost on Rengar and Kha'Zix doing great. But on the other side of the Rift, we've seen the boy who play Fire do pretty damn well on Swain, earning my personal MVP. Or sorry, no, wrong Swain. Frick Hydra playing Swain, earning my MVP. But boy who play Fire also doing incredibly well on Swain, up in the top lane this time. And then, of course, we had Sivir do incredibly well in the first time around. So good job for that with Ace Kimchi. And then the second time around, I think it was more so the Swain and Israel show. So once again, good job, Ace Kimchi. So plenty of champions to look at for possible bans in terms of Team Redacted and Stinky Cheese. You've got your Fiora, Camille, Kha'Zix, Rengar. And then on the other side, you've got Swain, Ezreal, Sivir, and possibly a Mundo, because Cole has played that twice so far. Do you think any of these champions are going to be banned?
Definitely wouldn't surprise me. I think target bans are kind of a given in these tournaments. It's usually something that happens a lot because most of these players tend to have 1 to 3 champions they favor a lot, and oftentimes, you know, it tends to be the case, or at least the belief, that banning away one of those mains from them will result in a big drop in performance from them. So it's hard to say because a lot of these guys, we have only seen them play certain champions, but I wouldn't be surprised to see something like the Sivir banned away. The Swain as well was pretty strong there. So we'll have to see. I don't know. It kind of depends the approach they want to take, because they can just say, okay, we're just going to use all our bans on target bans, or they can say, we're just going to ban away like general strong picks in the meta right now that you might or might not play. So we'll see which approach they take. This is going to be the Ahri, though, banned away from Arturian. There's that Mundo. So it is going to be some target bans coming out, it looks like. Cole not going to have that. So far, it's just
comfortable champions that Arturian has played twice and Cole has played twice. And then, of course, Camille, High playing only once, but still doing really dominatingly. Maybe they're ghosting our stream for ban ideas.
Hey, it could be. You never know.
So clearly,
hire us as coaches.
Clearly, I am the coach.
Yes, I'm sure you'll have great success with me as a coach. I guarantee it. I am the next Reapered.
Vestborgr for coach 2018. Or Vestborgr, because apparently a lot of people have problems pronouncing your name.
Or typing it.
Yeah, it's you would think the O
those
there
vowels,
would be
they really
obvious.
kill you. I'm always confusing them. Anyway.
Alright, so back to this. Singed, not a champion we've seen yet. Curious on the thought process there.
Ooh, Fiora Lithium for High. They went with the Camille ban, so he falls back on the Fiora, and with the Kha'Zix ban going back to the Rengar. So going back to the previous game there for Sticky Cheese, where they had that Rengar-Fiora combo, both players looked really fearsome on these champions. I'm not sure the Camille and Kha'Zix bans are good, because those were only champions they played when Rengar and Fiora were banned. So I'm not sure they accomplished a whole lot with those bans. Curious what Arturian will fall back on with the Aurigon. However, they do get the Lovers Duo, Azire and Rakan there in the bot lane for Ace, Kimchi, and Thanatos. I do like that early Rakan pick. Can be a very strong support. What will be the lock-in here, though? Wouldn't mind seeing them lock in a jungle pick there against the Rengar.
Ooh.
I bet that is a Jax jungle against the Rengar, but it could be top lane Jax in the Fiora. We'll have to see.
Into Fiora doesn't seem like a, an obvious, oh, this is a good champion against other champion kind of ordeal. Kind of, I don't know. I feel if very counterplay intuitive, I guess. So it would kind of shock me to see that here for the Jax jungle. But hey, I mean, sometimes you just want a skill matchup, or sometimes it's just, again, as you said earlier, comfortability for a lot of these players.
Certainly possible. It is the Echo locked in for Arturian, so the old Kite special locked in there. Won't have a mid lane matchup just yet, so they are going to ban away the LeBlanc, take away a few champs he doesn't want to deal with there. Certainly a smart move. Actually, Morgana taken away. I really like that. Morgana has been the classic counter to Rakan with that black shield, able to just mitigate a lot of damage, and locking him down with the binding. So frustrating for a Rakan who wants to just grand entrance, quickness, battle dance his way around the rift. Won't be able to do that if he's constantly getting shackled and bound down to the ground. However, it's going to be a Gangplank ban coming through, so high, low, high on the Fiora. Not want to deal with that. Zyra, the final ban, taken away. Actually, something that was played against the side of Stinky Cheese in the previous game, but won't be available this time around, as Jinx locked in for Shark. A hyper carry there in the bottom lane.
I think we saw that a lot yesterday, actually, specifically with the Rakan and Morgana combo. So many times we saw Rakan just ult in and then immediately get binded.
Absolutely a possibility when Morgana is available, but with Morgana banned, not going to happen this time. But it is going to be the Urgot locked in, so that does all but guarantee the Jax jungle. Now, Aatrox being hovered, you have to assume it's not going to be locked in. I don't know what that would mean, an Aatrox mid. There's no way.
Do it. Ah, you coward.
Okay, they gotcha.
You coward.
No Aatrox mid into the Echo. Maybe that's like a pocket pick counter. He was considering it. You never know.
Yeah, he just didn't. He had one champion in his pool, and instead of the coach saying go ahead and play it, kind of said no, go Anivia. She's easy. But Anivia into Echo actually isn't that terrible of a thing either, because as Echo's jumping right in on you, you have a brief second to channel your Q. And honestly, it's not too hard to hit it as an Anivia if you know when Echo is going to get into melee range with his little leap ability. So, I don't know. I actually do kind of like it. And it also helps deal with the pushing power that Echo likes to dish out. And then, of course, you've got the Urgot against the Fiora, so it is a Jax jungle. Urgot, not too bad, actually. I don't think it'll be enough to take down a Fiora, but Urgot isn't a terrible choice into it because he's got plenty of range, can farm safely, and if he plays right, he can take out a Fiora. So it's not impossible. It's definitely not too hard, but I think it will be kind of hard. And then we've got the Jax jungle versus Rengar jungle. Jax jungle, actually someone I'm going to say that has a disadvantage here. His ganks aren't as amazing as Rengar's, and of course, doesn't exactly have too much of a problem fighting Rengar, but no good clear path or speed, if I recall correctly.
Well, should be a fun one there. I do like the Jax being locked in response to the Rengar. It seems like something with the Counter-Strike where you're really able to kind of mitigate some of that burst potential from the Rengar. We'll have to see, though. Almost has had a talent for catching people off guard here and just jumping on them out of nowhere. So we'll see if we can burst somebody down without the Jax there. But certainly a lot of ability, it seems like, to kind of get out of trouble here. You get the Leap Strike from the Jax, not to mention the Counter Strike to block auto attacks. You get the Featherstorm from the Xayah for Ace Kimchi, able to just kind of get out of trouble that way. Perhaps dodge a Super Mega Death Rocket from Shark's Jinx if the opportunity is there, if he's got the reflexes for it. And like you mentioned, with Hydra on the Anivia, able to kind of mitigate a little bit of that threat from the Echo, if he's able to kind of time that stun correctly. So we'll have to see. You know, a team with Echo Rengar, you have to assume that they're looking to kind of dive and jump on people a lot. And on the other side, looking at Team Redacted, they kind of want to, it looks like, mitigate that. I mean, I kind of view their team as sort of wanting to kind of respond and react to things and be able to kind of dodge out the major CC and then turn things. You know, get that Blade Caller from the Xayah, get the Anivia stun, get that AoE damage coming through, and try to turn those fights perhaps around something like a stun from the Jax or a quickness Grand and quick charm coming in from Thanatos' Rakan. So should be a lot of fun to see.
Or a lot of fun to see. We never know.
It's gonna be terrible. It's gonna be so boring.
But I would like to say that I like the late game here for Stinky Cheese, right? I like the Fiora late game, the ability to 1v1 or 1v5 everybody. Rengar is a really strong late game assassin. Jinx, obviously strong late game. Echo, really strong late game. Lulu, perfect at keeping Rengar alive should he jump in, or keeping Jinx alive. While on the other side of the rift, you got Urgot, who I don't really like too much late game. Jax is a pretty terrifying force late game. Anivia, not as much. Xayah, pretty strong late game. Rakan, I don't think he's that great late game. I mean, definitely brings a lot of CC, but I don't think he... if I had to rate him out of 10 for the late game, I would give him maybe a 6. Do you agree or disagree? Because I think Stinky Cheese has the better late game composition here.
Yeah, I mean, with the Jinx and the Fiora, I really like what they can do there. Lulu, especially because Lulu's, of course, going to build the Ardent Sensor. She can branch into that, and then once you get late game, because it scales with level, if you have a level 18 Jinx, level 18 Lulu with the Ardent Sensor, that's basically a one-team fight as long as Rengar doesn't one-shot, or rather, the Xayah and the Jax doesn't one-shot the Jinx, which to me doesn't feel like it's going to happen. I mean, usually these are fights, I think, that the side of Team Redacted are going to want to play a little bit slower. They're going to kind of want to mitigate that, one-shot potential, like I said. So I imagine that this is, fights that Shark is going to be feeling pretty good with that ability to just mow people down with Ardent Sensor, full build, late game Jinx with the Lulu. That's going to be pretty scary. Not to mention high on the Fiora. If he's split pushing late game Fiora, that's going to be really, really hard to answer as well. See what happens here. A couple of wards down, but looking like no real no invade action going on right now. So you'll be happy with that, EO, right?
Oh yeah, I'm really happy. The only time I think invades are worth, even in the situation where you get one kill, is if it's like a team game where you've got good team synergy. Because I hate to say this, but you don't have to trust a monkey with 400 gold. It doesn't always work out. It feels like you suffered as the guy who got first blood does nothing with it, or just dies immediately within the first 3 minutes of the game. You're just thinking, come on. My flash and ignite are down. You died. I'm getting schooled here because I was late to lane. I lost experience. Please, can I get some assistance here? No, you're gonna. All right, Gromp, got it.
Hey, come on, Eo. You know what they say? You put enough monkeys in a room typing away at a computer for long enough, they'll write Shakespeare. So you give enough monkeys in Summoner's Rift enough gold, enough times, eventually they're gonna get a pentakill. All right.
Yeah, we just need to get past the 6-hour mark.
We'll see. I would be a little bit surprised if we get that far. I think my voice would be a little bit worn out. But we'll wait and see. We'll see if we hit the 6-hour mark right now. Most of these games have been a little bit more fast-paced than that, but
If necessary, we have backup casters ready.
More monkeys?
Get them in a room long enough and they'll be able to cast them.
Yeah, they'll put out the best cast ever. Root there on the Catbug Soup. A lot of early damage there. Zyra Rakan in the bot lane right now, pressuring Stinky Cheese's AD carry and support at the moment. Turian looking to dive in, get a little bit of return damage there. A lot onto Hydra. Able to kind of make that a decent trade. Oh no, here comes Cole on the almost, flashing away is the Rengar. Cole does get that red buff. There we go. Hydra, the ignite is ticking, but he does have that egg passive. Will Turian be able to get the kill in time? I don't think so. What'll happen here? Hydra might be looking for the return kill. Oh, the stun lands and Turian falls first blood to Hydra.
That's exactly what I mean, is Anivia was able to land that stun immediately because Echo had used his E. She knew exactly what direction Echo would be, exactly where he would be, and it's such a good stun to be able to land, and it can mean the difference between a kill, and that's exactly what we just saw.
Indeed, here we have the grand entrance comes from Nectar here in the bot lane. They're going to get the root on the Catbug Suit, most likely. No dodges out of it. Still taking some damage and using quite a lot of mana are the bot lane of Stinky Cheese. But staying pretty up in CS right now. Oh, Catbug Suit could be in trouble here. Grand entrance forces the flash out of the Lulu. Still
yes, Foreskin, this is the finals. This is a best-of-1 match. The winner of this match will win it all. So this is Team Redacted versus Stinky Cheese.
Indeed. Team Redacted on the blue side, Stinky Cheese on the red side. Right now, Team Redacted with a 600 gold lead from that first blood there. Solo kill in the mid lane for Hydra, who did have that passive pop, but Arturian got stunned, locked down, and destroyed by the Anivia after bursting out of that egg passive.
He may not have that luxury next time, though, depending if Echo can still manage to out-damage him.
And post 6, Echo will have a little bit of a resurrection of his own with that ultimate.
That's true, we could see some great outplays here. But so far, no early jungle aggression, really.
Well, except for Cole running into that red buff and flashing on almost.
Nah, that's not even aggression. That's more like a passive aggression.
Yeah, that was just a drive-by hello.
Yeah.
Hello, did you know there's a Jax on the enemy team? Well,
Cole is looking in the mid lane.
Just a public service announcement that there is a Jax jungle here.
Can't find anything though. He's not in a prime position. Or is he on a ward? No, it's control warded.
I think they know that he's there. It really seems like Arturian's kind of playing towards his tower and the top side. Here comes Cole, though. We could have action here in the mid lane. Jumping on the Echo, but won't find anything. Meanwhile, grand entrance in the bot lane. Chompers go down, but Battle Dances out does Thanatos.
I do like how directed camera basically told us nothing happened by not showing up there.
Yep. Very handy.
Maybe this should be the caster.
Ooh, grand entrance there on the Shark is going to be in trouble. Ignite is there. Heal comes out from Shark. He's on the retreat. There comes that Zapper, but not going to find a kill. Does force the Summoner, though, out of Stinky Cheese's AD carry. He's got to be careful now. He's got to play back under that turret.
He's got no heal, and he's burning through his health pot right now.
Cole is here, though. They're going to face check it. He's in trouble. He's going to go. Exhaust is there. Flashes away, though, and now Cole could be the one who's caught. Trying to get the kill on the Jinx, but has that passive. Chompers are there. Not in time, though. Thanatos on the run. Trying to flash over the wall, but actually somehow still got the auto off this almost, and now jumping on the Kimchi, who's going to be in trouble, is going to fall. Now looking for the quadra kill. The death of the Lulu is going to come through, but there is the first kill of the game for Dirty Shark, who does get that kill on the Jinx. Overall, though, a 4-4-1 trade. They lose only the support from Stinky Cheese. Team Redacted, disastrous dive there onto the Jinx, who they never even managed to kill.
That surprises me, honestly. I thought the Jinx was dead for sure, but Rengar Almost once again showing why he was MVP several times.
Oh, look at that. Reposting the dash from the Urgot, not getting knocked up, uses the ultimate. Vitals are procced, and down goes Boy Who Play Fire. Solo kill for High in the top lane.
Just to clear up a bit of confusion in the chat, yes, it is a best out of 1. The description says it's a best out of 3, but that is just a typo. It is, in fact, a best of 1.
Indeed.
So this is the final game. We won't see another champ select after this unless somehow everyone disconnects and the game crashes and the meteor strikes right at HQ.
Actually, I'm planning on streaming about a half a dozen bot games after this, so you will see some champion select.
Oh, well then. You might want to just skip this boring final. That's the real excitement.
Yes. By the way, everyone's computers will be locked, so you'll be forced to watch it on 12 different tabs of bot games. Here we go, though. Engaged there on the Catbug Soup, who is Grand Entrance, charmed and locked down. Bursted down immediately. Ace Kimchi with the kill. Just after we saw some immaculate play in the bot lane. Great exhaust from Catbug Soup, but because he used that on the Jax earlier, wasn't available to kind of minimize that damage, and Flash already used would be up in about 30 seconds, but unfortunately Catbug Soup no way out there and does fall. That means Mountain Drake for the side team Redacted.
An early dragon, I like it, I like it, I like it. Another mountain dragon will be coming up in the next 7 minutes. Or 6 minutes.
See High a level up with that T-Mac. Got to be careful of that Fiora, although Boy Who Play Fire kiting around this matchup pretty well right now. Here comes Almost, though. Can't kite that. Already used the dash. No flash available. There comes High. Almost secures the kill.
That's the early jungle aggression I was talking about. That's what I was looking for. A surprise. Hey, Rengar killed you. Did you know that? Well, let me make sure that's true.
Almost just reminding the Urgot that he exists there. Ulting his way up. Actually, Arturian taking a lot of damage. Might be forced to ult here. Doing his best to get out. Does get back under tower. Actually flashes. Does force the ult, but actually exactly what they wanted. Forcing Arturian to ult back into 2 members of the enemy team, and he does fall. Kill goes over to Cole. However, Almost stayed in the top lane to help High push, and that's first turret gold over the side of Stinky Cheese. Grand Entrance will not connect. Chomper's good there to keep Thanatos from chasing.
I don't know if I agree with the ult from Echo because it gave Jax assist gold, but I mean, he was dead either way, so it's not too big of a deal.
Here comes the charm, though. Catbug Soup could be in trouble. Does not have the flash available right now. Ignite onto the Lulu. On the run. Uses the ultimate. Wild Growth is there. No kills able to be picked up. No summoners burned either. Only the exhaust was available, and Catbug Soup did not use it. Here comes Cole. You assume giving this over the Anivia. You know Anivia's hate to not get blue buffs. If there's one champion that needs it, it is definitely that Icy Bird there in the mid lane, as Ace Kimchi perhaps looking to go aggressive there, but just continuing to push this wave in. CS pretty even, though, across the board. About 9 up for Hydra there in the mid lane right now. Does have the kill advantages over Arturian as well. But across the rift, CS pretty close. Here comes Almost in the Rengar, though, looking for Thanatos. Is going to find him. Heal comes through, Super Mega Death Rocket with the kill. There comes Shark, though, has that Get Excited, looking for the kill. Featherstorm was already used. Gotta respect that Xayah damage, though. 2-0-3 now on the Jinx, the Dirty Shark. There comes Almost, though, jumping into the bush and one-shots Ace Kimchi.
Did not respect the Rengar range.
Absolutely disgusting damage there.
We're seeing Almost play very similar to someone that we saw play earlier yesterday in the House Brawl.
Oh, here comes the 2v1 in the top lane. High looking for something, but that Urgot ultimate is there. Cole and Boy Who Play Fire cutting it close, but able to pull it through. They get the shutdown there onto High. Now looking to push out that wave in the top lane is Almost is close to the mid lane, but they would spot him out if he went for that gank. Arturian is going to back off. Just going to clear those waves under the tower. I just thought it was sad. Damn right.
It is absolutely accurate.
Hey, I mean, Freak is cringy, and look at him.
You only need one cringe in your team here.
You gotta balance it.
You need that one. You need the 4 people who are on the League of Legends team who are going to be the hyper carries, and then you need that one person who's going to throw around puns the entire time to lighten the mood.
Well, right now, looking to lighten the mood, our team Redacted, as they are down about 2.7k gold. Not a massive deficit, but certainly on the back foot at the moment. High, little high, getting poked down by the Urgot, the Arcane Comet, giving him a hand with that. However, with that Ravenous Hydra, should be able to heal himself back up in no time. As right now, it actually is Shark who has pulled ahead in CS there in the bot lane, but only 3 up. If Thanatos will not find that grand entrance, Cole looking for the stun. Here comes Almost, though. Has popped the ultimate. 3v3 here in the bot lane. Will they engage? Thanatos is low. There's the quickness, though. Charmed is Almost. Wild Growth is there. Ace Kimchi is in trouble. Featherstorm comes out. Looking for the kills right now. But Kimchi just flashes away. Playing defensively right now are the side of Team Redacted as High, Little High doesn't want that one of them. There comes Cole. Gets a stun on the Shark. Forced to back away on the Jinx right now. Almost looking for the kill. Cole could be in trouble here. Almost looking for more. Does find it with the rocket. Here comes Shark. He has got the passive. Looking for more. Well, I think he could have gotten the kill there. Does find it. Leaves turret aggro and then comes back. But meanwhile, teleport from Boy Who Play Fire does find a couple members of the enemy team, but he's just getting kited to oblivion and Almost gets another kill on the Rengar. 6-0-3. Got to be close to completing that necklace right now. And 11-5 in kills now for Stinky Cheese, who have built up a 4.5k gold lead, and they have their eyes on that bot lane outer turret right now.
Thought for sure Jinx would go for Rakan, but good, lucky for Lulu that she didn't. Urgot teleporting right into the back line, possibly saving her support from the Urgot, and this is going to be another dragon pickup, but this time for Rengar.
Right now, Cole looking perhaps just to clear the wave out here. I don't think he wants to 1v1 High, Low, High at the moment. As meanwhile, Mountain Drakes equalize now. 1 picked up for Stinky Cheese.
But who will get the third? We'll have to find out in 6 to 20 more minutes.
Cole does have the jump on High, Low, High, but once again, don't think he's going to want to 1v1 that Fiora, but maybe looking for it because he's not a 1v1. It's the rest of the team is coming. Forced to flash. Grand Entrance will not find High, Low, High, but they do get the summoner out of that top laner. Right now, gold lead continuing to extend. 2-0 in turrets and about 5.5k in favor of Stinky Cheese. Remember, this is a best of 1, so everything on the line here. There's no time to adapt and, you know, fix your draft for game 2. It's a best of 1. Rift Herald, though, is going to be used there on the top lane, hoping to perhaps get the first turret down, or at least chunk it out for the side of Team Redacted.
Cole's a nice guy, giving blue to Anivia.
Here comes Almost. He wants the kill. There's the Featherstorm. They are going to get the knock-up. Super Mega Death Rocket, so much nearer, though. Catbug Soup actually with the kill. First kill of the game there for the support.
About time the carry got a kill.
Do take down the AD carry of Team Redacted, though, and High, Low, High looking for the 1v1 on Boy Who Play Fighter here. No turret available. Is looking for the ultimate. Those vitals are getting procced. In trouble now is Boy Who Play Fire. But High, Low, High has got to respect the damage from that Urgot. That ultimate can be devastating, even if Fiora can heal up. If she drops low for just a second, Boy Who Play Fire can reactivate that ult. Right now, though, Almost the chief threat on the Rift, other than Dirty Shark, is actually on the retreat, is Cole. Looking for the kills of Arturian, Protobelt, and EUs. He's going to jump back to his top lane ally. Looking for something on the WWE Shark, though. Good polymorph will protect Shark for the moment. Right now, everyone's just kind of resetting the map, but looking to pressure this mid lane a little bit. Are the side of Dirty Cheese. That Anivia wave clear, though, really keeping that tower fairly healthy. You can see Arturian has not been able to get a lot of damage down onto it.
Now Echo gets blue. This is a phenomenon I'm not usually accustomed to.
Yes, this must be League of Legends on some other planet, because I'm really unfamiliar with this concept.
Is this Dota? I've heard that it's similar.
Yes, is this Warcraft 3? I'm confused. Alright, now we have that top lane 1v1 matchup once again. Ultimate is available for high, low, high. Will he use it? He's getting poked down very low. He does throw it out, looking for the kill onto Boilerplay Fire. Could be in trouble, looking for the ultimate. There's the riposte. The tower is gonna get him. No, the heal from the ultimate is just enough. Cole is there on the backside. Redemption will help him out, but not in time. Flash, Counter-Strike, and Cole gets the kill. So both top laners off the map right now. What will it mean? Arturian continuing to push that lane there top side. Almost is in the area. Always got to be careful of that Rengar. Has the potential to jump on and one-shot just about everyone on the enemy team. Hydra with the luxury of having that egg passive available as well. But if you're caught in the middle of the enemy team and you get it procced, not going to matter a whole lot.
Cole taking a lot of tower shots, and at 20 minutes, we're at about a 4.5k gold lead. Not too big, but the towers are gonna help decrease the gold difference. It's important for them to start picking them up, and the top tower should be the next one to get.
Yeah, you can see that Anivia pick coming in handy, although here we go, action in the top lane. Zanya's is there, Featherstorm there for Ace Kimchi, but still on the hunt is almost, gets charmed, but still gets the kill as Cole and his teammates continue to push in here in the bot side. They got the bot lane outer turret, and now they want the inner, but High Little High is there as well as Shark and Catbug Soup. They should be able to fight this 3v3, at least force them off the turret, and they do. Meanwhile, though, Arturian might want to kill on Thanatos, but he'll just grant entrance his way over the wall, make his way out of danger.
So Cole is short for Colin instead of Cole.
So we'll call him
inside
Call?
Colin. As in...
Right. So so do we call him Colin or do we call him Call?
It is...
One of the great mysteries of the universe.
Confirmed, just call.
All right. We'll call him Call. I'm calling it now.
But the dragon is coming up now, the third mountain dragon. Will anyone want to go for it?
We'll have to see. Mountain Drakes for both teams already. Who wants to make it number 2? As right now Almost is in the area, but is going to be spotted out by Call. Who's going to clear out that vision a little bit. Kind of seems like priority there despite the gold deficit right now is for Team Redacted, but here comes Stinky Cheese looking to zone them away perhaps. Shark waiting in the wings, but gotta be careful on that Jinx. Does not want to get engaged on. Here they go. They're turning on Hydra, though. He's already bursted down. Passive or no passive. That is a dead Anivia, but now looking for the re-engage is Thanatos. Has the quickness available. Will he go in? Almost. Looking for the kills, but with everyone bunched up like that, not good for Rengar or Fiora. They want those 1v1s, and actually on the run right now. However, will they look for the close in? Arturian is here. This is 5v4. No Anivia available as High Little High could be caught right now, and he should be. They're going in. He is just going to make his way out of there. Almost is coming in though. The middle look for Ace Kimchi. Got to be careful as Hilo High is forced to back away. Counter-Strike is used by Call. Backing away though, pretty much just zoned off the Mountain Drake on the side of Team Redacted at the moment. Catbug Soup is going to jump in there and help almost out. Call is not really in the area, not able to contest that. Should just go over to almost with the smite. Will they look for more right now? It's going to throw that bola there, but that will be it for the time being. Can they look to bust down some of these turrets right now, though? Hydra's wave clear has been on point with the Anivia, 191 on the CS, and has just refused to give any of these turrets to the enemy team. 2-2 in turrets, despite a big tempo advantage for the side of Stinky Cheese. Hydra really just keeping them away from the objectives and making sure that there's not a lot of moves on the map available for Stinky Cheese. They do get that Drake, though. That'll help them get a little bit of extra damage on those turrets. And the Baron, which has spawned now with 23 minutes into the game. We'll see if either team looks in that area.
It is important to note that it is still only a 5,000 gold difference, not at all in the realm of GG, no re. We're still in this.
We are indeed. We've seen bigger gold deficits evaporate, absolutely. So,
I think their path to victory here is the Anivia.
Yeah, I mean, Anivia Xayah, that's pretty good late game. I mean, sure, they've got a Jinx on the other side, but Xayah can hold her own. Her late game damage is pretty dang good, and Anivia as well. You can see here, Anivia so good for stalling out the game, just clearing waves after wave after wave. Doesn't matter how many people are there, Anivia can just sit under tower and farm. Now she's got the Archangel Staff and the Rod of Ages, and not to mention she has a blue buff. She can just sit there and just clear waves all day long. Right now, with that Static Shiv and the Essence Reaver, interesting build on a Jinx. Don't usually see the Essence Reaver early on. I think it's usually the IE that is favored, but perhaps hoping to get a little bit of a lower cooldown and keep that mana up. Can help be able to throw those Chompers out and throw the Zapper out more frequently as well. So I can see the thought there, but certainly a bit interesting choice.
It's just because of the rocket that sometimes you run out of mana while in rocket form. I wouldn't say it's a priority to get Essence Reaver. It's definitely interesting. It's not what it's usual.
Here we go, though. Baron has been started. It's getting bursted down so fast. Double Mountain is already down to 900. It will go over to almost. And Sticky Cheese now Call in trouble. He's going to get the counter-strike there. But look at that damage from the Jinx just firing away. Forced to flash away Call and Thanatos as falling is Call. And now Ace Kimchi on the run, looking for anything else that they can get on the side of Sticky Cheese. Diving under the turret, Ace Kimchi is going to go down to high. Super Mega Death Rocket will not do a whole lot there. Boy Play Fire, the sole member remaining from the side of Team Redacted. Not going to be able to hold this turret right now with the Baron buff and a Jinx. They're tearing those down. Actually, Recall coming through from high, but he does have the teleport. See if they can get an inhibitor here. They should be able to. Still death timers for about 6 more seconds at the moment. Should be able to pick up that inhibitor. Where will they head next? Teleport mid. Looks like High wants to finally take down that mid lane outer turret that Hydra held strong for so long. They are going to pick it up, and now those Baron minions crashing into the mid lane inner turret, but Hydra able to clear them away.
Over just 3 minutes, they were able to increase their lead by 5,000, now a 10,000 gold difference. It is not boding well if they can keep pushing down a bot lane or mid lane at all. This could easily turn into a 15,000 gold difference.
Boy Play Fire, a bit cheeky there, stealing away those Krugs, but absolutely agree, EO, a 10k plus gold lead right now for the side of Stinky Cheese could spell doom for the side of Team Redacted. They could come back. They've got 1 or 2 things to bank on. They do get that top lane outer turret taken down. They'll be happy with that. brings that gold lead down to just exactly 10k as they're all just sitting on top of an Anivia ultimate. There's the wild growth though. There's the Super Mega Death Rocket, and almost is still alive somehow. I have no idea how. Double kill for High. They're chasing Boilerplate Fire now. Vital's getting proc. The damage is unreal. And now looking for damage onto that mid lane turret. Even without the minions there, Catholic Soup actually could be in trouble, has to back away. Here comes Call, hoping to do something, but 1 versus 5, not a whole lot he can do to fend off this assault as Stinky Cheese continues to tear down those objectives. There goes mid lane inhibitor turret. There goes mid lane inhibitor, and now hungry for blood is Arturian. Where will they go next? They might want to end the game. They're looking that way. There's one Nexus turret down. Still 2 members of Team Redacted are not here. There's the great entrance and the quickness, but Thanatos is already dead. Dirty Shark is dominating. Nexus turret is down. Almost dies, but he won't. True to his name, Ace Kimchi goes down. Jinx is free firing away on the Nexus. There comes the wild growth. High will survive. So many low health bars. Arturian does go down, but the Nexus is gonna fall. You have to imagine. There it goes. Victory for Team Redacted. They are your Aesir 5v5 Grand Champions.
Well done for them. An aggressive amount of ganks from Almost. I'm going to say right now, he's definitely earned my MVP. High, not doing at all bad on the Fiora, but Almost is just everywhere and was just impossible to pin to a lane. Call was just unable to keep up in terms of jungle pressure. Arturian, of course, did pretty well in the mid lane against what I believe isn't exactly an easy matchup for an Echo. And Dirty Shark and Catbug Soup definitely did pretty well in bot lane due to Almost's constant ganks and abuse of Ace Kimchi. Can call the abuse helpline for that one. But overall, I think Almost is a huge part of why they were, in fact, the winners. So I'm going to go with him for my MVP. But congratulations to everyone involved. That was a well-executed game.
Yeah, myself, I think, just to kind of spread out the MVPs across the game, I'm going to throw mine over for this particular game to Dirty Shark. I thought that he played really well on the Jinx. I know Jinx, as such an immobile ADC and one that has to scale to the later game a lot of the time, it can be hard to play safe. Positioning is so key, and it just gets emphasized on a champion like Jinx because you play an Ezreal or, a Kai'Sa or a Xayah, champions that have the ability to reposition a little bit, but on the Jinx, it's so vital, and a deathless game here. You can look at the damage output as well. The Jinx doing a 13.7k. I thought he did a great job there. Of course, High and Almost absolutely dominant in this game, as in the previous games, continuing to kind of show that carry potential on the top side of the map. But wanted to give credit to Shark there on the Jinx for a standout performance in this particular game.
Overall, once again, this was a best out of 1, despite the description. The description did say best out of 3, but that's because it was copied and pasted from the previous Aesir 5v5s that we had, and the rule changes were not applied to said description, so sorry about that, but it was a best out of 1, and that means that Stinky Cheese has won it all. So that is the reason for the mix-up there. But I think that's pretty much it, right? I think we're done here.
I believe we are, of course, sad that we have no more League of Legends action to check in on today, but hope you guys had fun both watching and playing. Those of you who participated, we appreciate all of you guys showing up and participating in the tournament. I know we had a lot of fun watching and casting it. So, yeah, thank you guys for having us as casters, and we're looking forward to the next one. And, of course, congratulations to Team Redacted on their victory in the Aesir 5v5 today. Before we sign off, any closing thoughts from you, Eohdorr?
We didn't see an Evelyn ban, so I'm a little bit disappointed.
Well, no Evelyn ban, but victory for Team Redacted, and congrats to them. And thank you guys all for watching. That is going to be all from us
You mean
here.
Stinky Cheese?
What did I say?
Team Redacted.
Oh, I think I said that twice. Wow. Sorry, my mistake. Brain is dead. Did Team Redacted win the previous one? Is that what I'm thinking of? I'm used to saying it. Okay, yeah.
Team Redacted won the previous one. Stinky Cheese is our winners here. Or are our winners here.
Well, indeed, congratulations to Stinky Cheese. My mistake there. Great work, guys, in the tournament. Congrats on your victory, and thank you guys all for participating and watching. We'll see you guys next time.